No, what was great? We
It's blurry.
we went out and did the flyering thing, and it poured. Like I don't know if it monsooned here.
Nuts here.
You off and on, yeah.
We were caught in it after lunch, and some fat bearded guy with long hair was like, "I'm just gonna Cocoa it. I'm gonna run out in the rain and just do this and stand there." I was like, "Stop it! Just stop it! Just stop it!"
I'm gonna Cocoa it.
The fat guy with the beard.
The entire time I'm just sitting there like this. And yeah, it was welcome to wrestling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it fun?
Wrestling. Speaking of wrestling, let's talk about wrestling.
Yeah,
That's what this podcast is about.
What are the topics that I'm
No,
gonna
God no. So first we'll get into our journey in wrestling.
I know I got a booger now that we have video.
Fantastic. That's quality podcasting you expect from the Robbie RadKast.
Back of my dumb
that's
bald
me.
head.
Yeah,
It's our first time doing video,
Oh,
Yeah.
cool, hey.
which is why I'm wearing makeup. Last minute.
So T,
Me too.
Yeah, I said, oh, by the way, we're doing a video like a half hour before we left the house, and she starts like frantically start putting on makeup. Meanwhile, I'm in the same stained shirt, like,
whatever.
fuck it. I did. I spilled beer before you guys got
Kanye
here.
West sells those for like $400 a t-shirt. Right.
Speaking of cervezas, can I have one of these
Yes,
Premier
absolutely.
cervezas here?
$85 for some socks.
Oof.
I'm glad that
$85? That's cheap.
you made yourself like right at home.
Yes, yeah.
Is this what you do?
They are there for
Is
everybody.
this what you do?
Because I can only
What?
I'm the only one that
Man.
has access to the fridge.
Come on, at least I'm not like Vox.
I'm saying, you leave my
Like
little brother
Vox,
alone.
Vox will like have his own Bud Light and still snatch one of them.
My little brother.
He didn't do that. He brought his own, and I was like,
He did.
Yeah.
He came prepared.
See, I brought my own because usually they always drink, and I mean, like, I need low carb stuff for my diet, so I brought my
Keto
own
beer?
Mine's
beer.
not low carb.
Keto beer.
Keto beer.
This is
Yeah.
It's brewed with bacon fat and keto.
2.6 carbs. Thank you very much.
Oh, really? That's
fancy.
not bad.
It's really not that bad
It's
tasting.
not. Like as far
Where's
as
the
like,
count? I have
Ultra is good.
Life water.
Life water.
It's it has purified water with pH balance and electrolytes. It's on video.
Welcome to Talking Beverages with Robbie Radke.
You like it?
Drinking
This-
on a
I like
diet.
that art.
This is me being sponsored. Thank you. I'm gonna keep that.
Today we're going to talk about
right here.
Gato approved beer.
We that. Hey.
Almost none of them.
Yeah, I was drinking vodka, but after like one drink, I'm like, hey, everyone.
Oh, even better.
So this is the
with.
podcast juice right here.
So, guys, we have Yams the Working Man and Kory Cross doing a run-in, really.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't run. I just casually.
We had already started recording,
Saunter just.
and I got a message from Yams. Hey, I'm in Dover. What are you guys doing? Recording a podcast. Swing by.
And I said, "Hey, I'm
Thank
creeping."
God.
I said, "I'm creeping on Yams. What are you doing?"
So I'm glad to have you guys here.
Glad to
Thank
be
you.
here.
Thank you. Appreciate
So,
it.
as always, we're going to get started with Journey in Wrestling. So, Yams, why don't you get started with your first days as a fan and up till now?
I mean, you know, first days as a fan, it's as young as I could even remember, just always seeing wrestling here, there. I was never allowed to watch it as a kid. Like I grew up with my grandmom, and she was anti-violence, like everything.
Yeah.
Like I had to I was one of those lucky kids. I had cable in my room, though, so I used to be able to sneak in and watch USA late at night. And as long as I would put a towel under the door and hid the light and watch it on mute.
I did that, but for Beavis and Butthead.
Like people smoke pot in their mom's
Yeah,
house.
basically. That's where I learned how to do it from watching wrestling.
Dryer just over the speaker.
She'd come by and she would check to see if there's any light at the underneath my door. She never opened the motherfucker, but
Well, that,
Either
phew.
wrestling or porno, and I want to see that.
Yeah.
Either I had a cheater box or both.
but yeah, it just started there, and then I think I really came into fruition in like the Attitude Era. That's what like captivated me and sucked me in. Like I loved DX. I loved the feud between Rock and Austin. Like I loved everything about that time, and that took a few years off, and somehow, some way through friends, I met up with Livewire Ryan Vox.
It's my little brother.
Who?
That's the guy who beat the clown. That.
The commish?
Yes.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Anywho.
Yep. Different story.
Yeah, came in contact with him, and he turned me on to the Dungeon. We trained out of the same spot, out of Blandon, PA, the Dungeon.
Yeah.
Trained by Mark and Troy Mest, and I mean the rest is history, dude. I just stepped in a ring and fell in love.
Fantastic. Same here. How about you, Kory?
Well, I'm the old man of the group. Mine didn't start with the WWF. Mine started with the NWA.
Oh, listen to this fucking guy.
I'm sorry. Like, you know what? I am. I'm an old guy. You know,
This ain't the Jim Cornette podcast.
I would like a cheeseburger. I am fat. But no, like seriously, I did get the WWF at the time, and you had your Hogans, your Warriors, your Rick Rudes.
Yeah.
I was more drawn to the NWA because you had the guys that look like Terry Gordy. You know, he looks like he could be your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just beating the shit out of people, and that's, you can say shit, right?
Yeah,
Cool
absolutely.
shit. All right, cool.
More.
Right. Well, like stuff like that. Their characters.
You just can't say fuck. You can't say wait. No, you can't say shit either. You can't say shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, or tits.
Tits, fart, turds, and twats.
damn hell ass though. Damn hell ass.
Only
Yeah,
if you say
that's
them
it.
in that order.
They always do. But the NWA kind of drew me in because I liked their style. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. The less theatrics, more actual wrestling.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And then I saw
Storytelling.
yes, I saw guys like the Road Warriors, Dusty Rhodes, the Great Muta.
Dude.
Isn't it kind of weird how like you say that and it's true, like less theatrics was for like the NWA as opposed to WWE, but now WWE is kind of the standard for like storytelling and
Yeah.
and that when there's others like theatrical promotions is like New Japan and ROH, like WWE's where you go for the like the slower,
Yep.
more storytelling matches.
Oh, I gotta disagree 100% on that.
Where do you go?
I'd say it's flipped from what you said.
No.
WWE being more of the
It's
story,
way less
and
theatrical.
The interactions and the theatrics and the 10-minute promos in ring, whereas stuff like
You
New
can't-
Japan is almost their shows are all
4 or 5 hours long.
Yeah, that's true, but it's so much in ring. If you look up numbers,
But that's what it is, though. It's storytelling. Like
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Monday
I
night-
mean, like
Monday Night Raw is
As far
not
as,
a wrestling show, by the way.
right. That's,
Disqualify that. It's a show about wrestling.
okay.
It's a vehicle to get you from pay per view to pay per view.
Right. Yeah, well, and even then, so New Japan has a Road 2, which is not weekly, but it's like their setup for their pay-per-view. And even that is all, everything's told in ring.
Right.
It's there's like press conferences and shit afterwards, and that's where you get your promos. But it's much more set up like something like UFC, where it's the show is the fights, and then everything else is everything else. Where
I get
WWE
that.
has more of
I
a
get that.
mixture
I'm just saying,
going
like,
on all the time.
I'm
Which
talking
Ring of
about-
Honor has much more of that too.
I'm
It's
talking
more
about in ring,
theater
though. Like,
style.
you look at a New Japan match, and it's a little more
40 fucking
theatrics.
minutes, and it's all,
Still more
Yeah, but see,
theatrics.
they tell their
Slower.
entire story in the ring. It's
Right.
not like they don't need the promos and the cutaways and then everything. Like all the build up that WWE
which is what
does.
I view indie wrestling as, and I think it gets kind of lost. Is like we
I
as
can see
indie
that.
wrestlers,
I
we
can
don't
see that.
have weekly episodic television
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
carry the story, so we have to tell exactly what's going on in that match with our body language and what's going on.
And that's
Yeah,
more
storytelling.
into like what New Japan does.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
and
agree with that, but like I'm just saying
WWE.
there's a little more
Like
like
you said, it is a show about
Yeah.
wrestling, not a wrestling show.
yeah.
So then you're saying the 40-minute New Japan matches. Look who they enveloped, if you will. They enveloped the UWF. They enveloped All Japan. They enveloped, the
Lot
female
of
side,
colors.
rings, Gaia, stuff like that, that had the more hard-hitting, longer matches. The UWF was the original precursor for like the MMA.
Yeah,
Because you had your martial arts guys, but that just
Pancrase and all
yeah,
that shit.
and that just kind of ties in with the New Japan style of 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We live in an instantaneous society. Raw, you want to see boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
done. Boom, 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 done.
As Americans, we don't really have the attention span.
No.
Attitude Era matches were like 3 minutes.
Right.
And there was
Right.
a run in every single
And-
time.
Oh yeah, the
And
wrestling in the Attitude
and
Era
it's-
was not that great.
Bro,
Like,
no.
there's a lot of good
So
stuff.
they've grown from there
Yeah.
to 12-minute TV matches. And
Yeah.
you go,
Right.
wow, that was a really fucking good
But yeah, that's-
12-minute match.
That's
Yeah.
where I came in, like I said, the NWA, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had an older brother, and he actually turned me on. He was like, no, watch some of this stuff. And he'd bring in like VHS tapes of the AWA, of WCCW, stuff like that.
Right.
So as kids are watching the Rockers beat the Hart Foundation, I'm watching Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels get beat the hell out of at the Showboat in Vegas by Doug Summers and Buddy Rose.
Shawn Michaels with pretty short hair.
Yeah, the Midnight Rockers. I was watching that, and that's what drew me in. Because, like I said, guys like Great Muta, Terry Gordy, Abdul the Butcher, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Guys that look like they would live next door to you.
Right, yeah.
But you still wouldn't mess with them.
Right.
And that's what drew me in. What brought me into the business, indie wrestling in my area. As weird as it was, I lived outside of Harrisburg. So Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I had ECW, I had, all the local, all my local feds. I'd go and I'd be like, oh, well, I need to get into this. Do you need any help? I was young and stupid.
Right.
Setting up chairs.
Yep, just go.
I had somebody.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, I asked somebody.
That's the way it should work, excuse me.
How do I go about doing this? And the response I got was, come to the shows, set my chairs up. And I was like, wait, what? You sure? Come to the shows, set my chairs up. So every so often I'd be there setting the chairs up. And then I linked up with Adrian Bliss. Mm-hmm. He actually came out of the dungeon like Yams did, and he just kind of pointed me in the managerial direction, so to speak. May not be as physically, good as Robbie or Yams or anybody else.
Flood warning. Sorry, guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hear it outside.
Cool.
We didn't need the phone alert, goddammit. We got Windows.
I'm saying. But he found out I could run my mouth pretty good. So I kind of learned on the fly. As I know a lot of people frown upon that. You got to go to an actual school or this or that or whatever.
It depends.
Right, but I learned on the fly.
I learned recently Hurricane was never formally trained.
No, didn't he come off through Omega and stuff?
Yeah, but he's never went to a school, never formally trained.
Because my thing is, why spend
Don't take that as, hey, I don't have to train. It's few and far between.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm saying go to a school. I learned, like
Bill
I said,
Gates never went to college.
No, but Bill Gates never saw boobs either, and that's why we got Microsoft. But seriously, on the fly. That's how I learned.
That's cool.
I learned through guys like Adrian Bliss, Eddie Valentine, Aaron Gainey from the Nigerian Nightmares, my little brother Ian Cross, the Mega Destroyer Scott McMaster. I learned through these guys. Everybody on the fly, Rob Noxious, all the guys in my area, kind of showed me how to do what I needed to do as a manager. And then I eventually met guys like Yams and Robbie and stuff like that. And
fuck those guys.
Right. I steal.
Who are they?
Yams ain't shit.
Yams shed. He is shed. Ian is. We can't say. You said we can't say shit. So
I'm just kidding. We can say whatever the fuck we want.
Fair enough. But and that's where I kind of came into play. I like being a manager because I like running my mouth. It may not get me far sometimes, but I like running my mouth. And I like being annoying. Captain Lou, stuff like that. That's where this comes into play.
Just go out there.
Yeah, Paul E. Dangerously. Yes.
Yeah,
I had
it is
the
A-Day.
WCW magazine dartboard on my wall. I wanted the big phone.
He was almost fit back then too.
But he also
Maybe it was a very flattering suit.
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, maybe
I'm sorry. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. But then that's where I got my start. Watching the guys that they didn't have to go out there and get beat up because they had a mind instead of biceps. They could tell people what to do. So that's why I kind of.
Jimmy Hart's made a hell of a career off.
Dude, that guy.
Yeah.
He gave me the best advice ever, and I like sharing it with people. Everything changes.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I was dumbfounded when he told me that because what do you think? Everything changes, and that kind of resonated with me. And it's been, I've been around since I was 16. I'll be 36. Far too long.
Right.
Far too long.
It's the one thing that's proven true.
Yeah, no, it actually has. You have to change to evolve.
Oh, adapt or perish.
Yes, yep.
There's a lot of things of trends in wrestling that I kind of rebel against, especially when I first started out. But I'm starting to get more into okay, it's different flavors of ice cream. Mm-hmm. That's not for me, and I don't have to do that to succeed. I can do my own thing and kind of,
Still just appreciate that.
Yeah, I can appreciate it and, take bits and pieces that I do like and incorporate it into what I do and make it work.
Yeah, no, I like deathmatch stuff. How many people do?
No, that's a niche thing.
Yeah, but I don't like... 70
This the
bucks.
day of the TOD.
It is. It is.
Yeah, today.
As he was just making fun of me. I'm like, I want to go to the tournament.
No,
Dad.
you
He's like, you would drag me to that.
No, you don't.
Used to be in
It's in
Delaware.
Jersey.
Yes, in
Yeah.
Jersey to that. No, it's outdoors,
outdoors.
and it's
Oh,
supposed
it's
to
outdoors.
thunderstorm today.
I feel like that
yeah.
makes it better.
It
Just
moved.
do it in the rain.
Yeah.
They did it one year. They did it 1 year in the
Tournament of death
rain.
and somebody gets struck by lightning.
They actually did it 1 year in the rain.
God,
It was pretty gnarly
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they used to use the
Crazy.
vinyl canvas.
Oh, I hate those. I
yeah.
fucking hate those.
And but yeah,
They're
they
the
just-
I'm
worst.
slipping the whole
Yeah,
time. Be
like
like,
I said,
fucking, here comes the boom.
I like deathmatch. I could care less to see 45 Canadian destroyers, a stunner, 7 super kicks, a kip up, a standoff, and a 450 all before the bell.
Opener, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All before the bell, yeah.
right. All this on the apron
Yeah.
before the. Okay, good. You can do a backflip.
Yeah.
How do you feel being punched in the mouth?
I hear Jim Ross say all the time, it's like, you can have the new.
Yeah.
I'm not rebelling against the new, but you don't have to throw out the old either.
No,
Yeah.
You have to
You know what I
do
mean?
Enough of what has been established in order to like maintain
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget where you come from.
semblance of what it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't. Oh, it's a super kick. Okay, who did that? I'm very big on that.
Yeah.
Like I'm huge on that. Like if you're gonna do a super kick,
Make it mean something.
where'd it come from?
Flesh flood warning, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to 42 minutes ago. But yeah,
Oh yeah, I go into
nice. It's a club now. We need
Welcome to the Flash Flood podcast.
we need t-shirts.
Yeah.
But
For life.
I like it. FC something.
Sure.
But
For life.
right. But like if you do a super kick, know like I said where it comes from. Cool. You saw this guy do it, but you know that Chris Adams did it first.
I didn't know that just now.
I gave a lecture to a kid last week. I'm not
Some
gonna.
park in his car. Not even.
No, he did, it was in a battle royal.
McDonald's parking
It was in a
lot.
battle.
You gotta get between the fucking lines, god damn it!
It was in a battle royal, and he eliminated somebody with a super kick. And
What?
I went to find him after.
Kick.
I was in the battle royal. So after I got out and I came back to him, I was like, I'm not trying to be like a grizzled vet or whatever, because I'm not. I'm just like, look, man, here's a word of advice. Like, if there's a name on the card whose finish is a super kick, you might not want to do a super kick, especially
yes.
because the very next match was James Ellsworth's match.
Oh, so yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And
I mean,
Ironically, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was just-
what's that?
Maybe his isn't as.
No, it's supposed to be.
His not supposed to be good though. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
the whole idea of it. But
I tell people again, so it's not supposed to be. I'm a manager, man. You hit me, I'm gonna flail because I don't
Yeah.
even. I'm too pretty to get hit in the face all the time, you know. But if I'm out there, it's beautiful. Right. If I'm beautiful, you know, slapping the hands. 'Cause
Yeah.
Who doesn't do that? Why don't I go out there and do that? That's
Yeah.
what I was told years ago, and that kind of stuck with me as well. But yeah, like I agree. If you're gonna do something, make sure somebody else doesn't do it.
right.
That's
Like-
know who else is on the card. Know what's
If
going on.
if Christian's on the card, I'm not gonna do the unpettier, even though mine's way different. You know what I mean?
It's still a version of.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like Yams over here does the belly to by God, which is
I remember,
rather impressive.
Yeah.
What if Shane
oh,
Douglas
are you
is
gonna
on
tell the
card?
same story? I was about to interject with that
Is it when you were in a match with 14 DDTs?
with Raven and Casey Carlisle.
Casey,
on the card.
Casey Carlisle was in the back having a fit because she's like, I don't even do my finish, and mine's not even the same DDT. Like, she does like the Mick Foley double arm.
Yeah.
And like Raven was on the card, and Raven wasn't even gonna do the DDT. He rarely does it anymore.
Yeah.
But like you guys were in a match. It was a tag team match, and there's a lot of DDTs in that match. And
I was gonna say that same story. Yeah, that was a clusterfuck.
it's one of those things where it's just like, it used to be if you get lost, grab a hold. Now it's if you get lost, DDT.
And you know, like I think
super
that's
kick.
kind of what happened.
Or super kick, or, you know, the vertical suplex has been cheapened so much.
Okay, now I'll say this: the vertical suplex. I always loved the stalling one.
Yeah.
The British
You just
Bulldog,
hang-
just the
Yeah.
Tyreno of the Gunners does a beautiful one.
Uh-huh.
He does the suplex, but then he squats.
Ooh,
So like standing mid ring, he'll do like
somebody
4
I think
squats
does
and
that.
just
I love that. Shit.
Lashley
up and
used to
down.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's
it's
an asshole.
But
about
you don't see it. You
Yeah.
don't see suplexes anymore.
Do that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Yams might. Can you do
Let's
it?
see it.
I'm now?
Through the table.
All right, I'll do it.
That's one of those teamwork gimmicks, though.
What's the
It's
payday?
like
That's true.
both
Yeah.
guys got to be on point.
Yeah, it's so hard to catch a vertical suplex because not many people can sit there and get upside down and hold themselves and balance
Yeah.
themselves and straighten out to make it look good.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels used to do that with the bulldog. Kick the feet straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And
Straight up. You got to be straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's just like part of the evolution of it. You know,
Right.
it's one of those things I work with. Like, okay, I get it.
Lost.
It's not my favorite thing, but I can make it work.
Right, and that's
Adapt or perish.
and that's how it should be with everybody in the business. Everybody should be.
Every sport evolves.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree.
That's
Basketball
it.
is nowhere near what it used to be.
Watch baseball in 1950.
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
and watch it now, and
Yo,
it's a totally different.
First of all, watch
sport.
baseball 10 years ago.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Now.
watch baseball.
Like, just on that small of a time frame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I watched
Yeah,
a couple
absolutely.
Phillies games over the past few days. And like I'm over here sitting to myself like what is this rule? What just that like?
Yeah.
I mean they're like changing
There's,
rules and shit
replays
like
in baseball.
yeah now there's replays.
Football
and-
for sure.
That. Yeah, football's changed
Yeah,
a lot.
before the better,
Especially
a
now
lot
they're
of
so
it.
scared about the
Aaron
XFL.
Rowan was the reason they put padding in the
Yes, because he broke his fucking face.
I watched that game. I was like, I used to live around the corner from the stadium,
Oh yeah,
and yeah,
That's-
watching
those
that
guys are
live
like
was
that.
gnarly. But like
Yeah.
you said, they put padding on the wall.
Yep.
Well, not even like the pad. I'm just saying like the
Dove for
sport.
everything.
Take all the like even the rule changes. Take all that away, and like just the athletes have evolved
Right,
in
no, they
such a
have.
way. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the Michael Jordan, LeBron James argument is apples to oranges because they're completely different sports now.
Right.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
The game is
Yeah.
played entirely different.
Yep, and
Right.
and the athletes are different. You know,
Yeah.
we like when I listen to like old podcasts about old wrestlers all the time, like the Bob Holly episode of the Something to Wrestle Lately. He's talking about like all I had to eat was like pepperoni and crackers or whatever because I was fucking broke, making $40 a night or something like that.
Foley living in his car eating peanut butter. Yeah.
But then it's just like think of it now, like most athletes have like the most top of the line like eating habits and exercise habits like
Fucking, skateboarding over the last like 10 years has changed so much, and like what people can do, and like what
Yeah.
kids are doing, and what's
Exactly.
available, and the product being like shoes and wheels.
yeah.
Like there's so much technological
Right.
advancement. Like when
Yeah.
I was a kid, fucking shoes were like tanks.
Yes.
yeah.
And now it's like a piece of suede and the thinnest piece of rubber. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this just works so much better.
But,
so
yeah.
like, there's more possible.
And it's
with
just
what,
like music has evolved,
Yeah.
movies have evolved, like
Yeah, no, I agree. Like you said, the eating habits. Look,
yeah.
Dick the Bruiser used to drink a case of beer and smoke
Yeah.
a cigar before he went out.
fucking Ric Flair drank every night, like
Right.
fucking yeah.
Yeah,
why
Dick
he
the
built
Bruiser.
so much.
That's fucking yeah.
It's so thin.
Yeah, and but like
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
that makes you a better wrestler apparently.
Back in the 80s. Woo!
Cocaine made you better at everything back in the day.
Writing SNL or
I'm saying the Blues Brothers.
It just makes you dead in the 2000s. Wow.
Or suicide to move on to the hot topics.
Hey.
But no, like even movies, movies are like 90% CGI now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
everything's filmed in front of a green screen. I don't know
And like you can't even
everything
tell half the time.
Nope.
You know,
Well,
like,
it
it's-
depends. Like,
But
Wait,
they've adapted it to a
watching
point so well now that like it's hard to tell.
It
Sometimes.
depends on
depends on the
Yeah.
You watch
movie.
something.
You know
like,
who's really
I only watched
good?
Black Panther, and the
Yeah.
CG was really good in that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's very good.
Blade Runner 2049 CG super good in that, but there's something fucking I watched that I just was like, this is terrible. And I can't remember.
You know what's
Movie
really
tripped
good
me
about
out was A
CGI?
Scanner Darkly.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's the cell shading.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
cel shading, but they like rotoscoped everything,
Yep.
so it was
Like
was it
that
there?
movie was like an acid trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Like going with
I
Again,
need to watch
CGI.
that
Like
again. I haven't
Was
watched
it that? Was
movie
it
in, like, 5
that
or 6
book
years.
or Vanilla Sky? That when you
Vanilla
got
Sky's a really
well, when you
true
got the
movie,
book,
too.
because old, the book
Go back
actually
to the
opened
books.
this way. It didn't open
right
left.
to
or
left?
No.
Oh, it opened top to
bottom to top.
Huh.
And you read it top to bottom.
I have no
You didn't
idea.
open it left to right.
I think
Yeah.
I have a copy of Scanner Darkly, so I think maybe it was the Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
But like
That's
what
sick.
movies
I
do
didn't know
really great with CGI is the Fast and Furious movies.
yes.
You mean great, or just they use it all?
No. I think like you watch a lot of movies and there's a lot of there's a lot of CGI that we don't have context for. You know what I mean? Like superhero movies, we have no context for what it looks like for someone to fly. But like even like Fast and Furious movies, as fantastical as they may be, there's still a ground of reality in them.
Gravity to it.
Yeah,
that's all it comes down to. Is because when Superman fucking goes poof.
We don't know. We've never seen that in real life, so we don't know.
No,
yeah,
but we've
even
seen
in
the
the
guy.
animation,
yeah,
it's the same thing. There's no weight to Superman blasting off.
Right.
When he fucking
It's
starts
just
flying.
there.
When that vault is tumbling down the street,
Right,
by
there's-
two Chargers,
yeah.
there's weight and there's gravity.
yeah,
And that's so much of CGI work is having those physics.
yeah.
It comes back to wrestling.
Yep.
Yep.
That's true. Because
Suspending
if
disbelief.
you're here and the other dude, like, kind
He
of...
almost hit me.
Yeah, just now?
Should have worked. Should have sold it.
I should have just fell over.
Should've
and
sold
just tumbled.
Danny,
I mean, Kory
what is it?
doesn't sell,
Danny the
so-
landlord Mills.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't sell, he rents.
Excuse me. I'm
That's when you give it...
stolen.
We're starting a stable right now, brother. Yams the working man, Al and Wrench,
It's my favorite one.
Danny the landlord Mills.
Oh my god, I love it. I love
Blue
it.
collars.
I like it.
Our entrance music is just the Home Improvement theme
It's
song.
Turner Overdrive, any song, any BTS.
Or whatever's in the background of all the Home Depot commercials.
Lots of flannel and just anger.
I feel like our entrance should just be a Home Depot
That's the
commercial.
T-shirt. That's the T-shirt. Flannel and anger.
like the tuxedo T-shirts. Only it's like a flannel. Yeah,
All our gear is jeans, like just a jean imprint.
Yo, but there's T-shirt with sleeves, but it looks like cut off sleeves.
That's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we gotta make that before this goes out.
Absolutely. Don't steal it. I'm sure someone will. It doesn't
Continue
matter.
wrestling. Everybody steals it.
Yeah, in 2 months we're gonna be a flyer.
So on that note, we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with hot topics.
I worked at Hot Topic.
I'll try to get him. No, I'll try to get him for next week to that because that'll hype up DCW.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, can we go to Wings to Go if we're going it over? Like,
Chicken wings.
Yeah.
I have pull at Applebee's.
You want to get
That's
some
probably
Cajun
the
wings
coolest
so I can
thing
make
we've
fun of
ever
you?
yes, I'm gonna get Cajun wings.
She cannot handle spicy food, but she always gets spicy food.
Just go to the Thai place. And like, oh, it's got a chili pepper. 3 of them, perfect.
She's like, oh my god, this is so spicy, babe. First of all, this is water.
First of all, this is mayonnaise.
Ooh, too spicy. Ooh.
Drinking milk.
Chocolate milk.
Butter.
Well, that's got some acid in it.
A little bit. He still loves it.
I love you. All right,
I used to
so
love
we are
it.
back
Yeah, man.
with the Robbie RadKast. We're going to get into some hot topics.
Hot topics.
I feel like whenever I say that, I should play some like Panic at the Disco or.
How's the music?
I chimed in with the heavy. What?
That's Fallout Boy,
No,
right?
it's not.
No, it isn't.
Oh, Panic at the Disco. You're right. They have a new song. It's terrible.
They have old songs. They're terrible.
Wow.
Hold on now.
We're gonna argue that.
Fucking-
I Write Sins Not
this a hot
Tragedies.
topic?
What's
is
Panic at the Disco? What is that?
fucking
What is that?
karaoke go-to.
London.
You. London Calling, that's the Clash.
Beckon's songs about money written by machines is still a good one too.
Such a long
I will say, I Write Sins Not Tragedies is the only Panic at the Disco song I know, but it is a karaoke go-to.
It is.
When I had a Nokia cell phone, I remember being exciting and paying like $2.99 to get like a Panic at the Disco
Yes.
like ringtone.
I had Am I Evil by Metallica, yeah.
Guys, remember ringback tones?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. So I still have a friend to this day who has a ringback tone.
Is
It's like-
it the classical like
Yeah, because
you
he's not
didn't
paying
pay your
for it.
fucking
Yep.
bill, so and it's the loudest, most fucking lowest quality.
I know.
Like, why don't they still do that? I feel like that would be big.
Like, I literally.
like the worst.
What? Why? Because
It
you
was,
I don't
but
wanna
think
listen to
about.
fucking Jesus take the wheel every
Yeah, I
time.
know you don't. But he wants to make them listen to it.
But-
he wants to make you listen to it.
So if you
Like,
You're gonna listen to Taylor Swift, goddammit.
so if you,
you want to call me? Yeah,
so you
yeah,
call
you
your
will.
grandmama here. Xanax.
That's true.
Get it, grandma. Like a yellow,
How much personality do you need?
Panda.
Ooh.
Wow. I got bras in Atlanta. Panda.
What's that?
That's my grandmom's ringback tone. That's my grandmom's
He's a
ringback.
rapper?
No, it's his entrance music.
Oh.
Oh, is it?
That's my grandmom's ringback tone.
Or,
How much personality?
or it's like the song's about like a playground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
If his job calls you and you have
Booty, rocking
this new booty,
Fantastic.
Because if that job does not give you a job, then...
So,
Right. All right.
fuck you,
So,
Coles.
so locally, the Smyrna Waffle House was shut down for a few days because there was a rat sighting. And not the kind we're accustomed to.
but you know what?
Oh,
I'm saying, look, I like Waffle House.
Yeah, who doesn't?
If like you got, it's a part of the scene. Like,
Exactly. That's what I said the other day. Like, if I was, Danielle and I had breakfast at Waffle House this morning. I give no fucks because no one puts out a better waffle.
Right.
Fuck a Belgian waffle, first of all.
Right. I
Like,
want my man behind the counter with a missing finger, like more ears than teeth, to try to figure out how to operate this.
But he's still got 2 teeth. Still.
Right. He's still good. They're in his pocket. He knows how to make a goddamn good waffle. I agree.
Sure,
you can't go in. There's 2 inches of grease on the floor. You slide right to your table. It's beautiful.
every other place around here, IHOP has a Belgian waffle. Rudy's, my
Fuck
favorite
IHOP.
spot, has a Belgian waffle. Like, fuck a Belgian waffle's too thick for me, can't enjoy it. Waffle House has that right fucking amount of waffle.
All waffles are beautiful.
I
yeah.
like the hash browns.
Yeah, man.
They're not bad.
Smothered, covered, chopped, rib, check, and
The bacon we had was really good this morning.
It's the Dudley's
She
intro.
Oh, yeah.
disagrees.
I wasn't happy about going to Waffle House. I can't have waffles or hash browns. I paid like $8 for eggs and bacon.
Drinking beer.
Yeah, I've been drinking beer.
So now, like,
That's why you
and
get
I
out
said
there.
it, and I 100% mean this. It's not a joke. But if I was eating at Waffle House and saw a rat, I'd be like, well, that makes sense,
You'd be like,
and
Yeah.
continue
I would get a
eating my
waffle.
food.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely try and get it for free, but I would continue to eat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be like, I'll see you
I'd
at
be
the
like,
next show.
you need to cut
And
the
can I
check or
get-
something.
The rat
If
is
you
not
go to
working
Waffle
in the
House
back.
and you're
So,
surprised by a rat or
Right.
an insect or anything
Yeah.
like
Or like
that,
your server
you're just
has,
being
like, 3
silly.
fingers, yeah.
You're just being
almost
silly.
every retail place, even restaurants that I've worked at, we at least had one mouse or rat or somewhere.
fine.
Like
The
mean, it's
warehouse
not
I work at that I won't
abnormal.
name has like mice in there because like even
It's
just
a part
like
of life.
having mice isn't like that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with like
Yeah.
it's not a sign of being dirty either. Like they're
Yeah, someone
They
left
just-
the door
It means
open
it's a
while
desirable-
bringing
Yeah.
in products.
Right,
like,
right.
yeah.
Well, my rat at Waffle House is just trying to get a job and make a better life for
Yeah. Disney World has fucking mice. Nobody complains about that.
Right. She got 3 kids. She's just trying to get a job.
Yeah, really.
Somebody got to buy the diaper.
He has 4
Wait,
turtles to
different?
take care of.
And that rat would probably give better service than I got this morning. I will tell you that.
Really?
Well,
yeah,
it
our
was not
waitress
good.
probably
It was a white
after
guy,
like
huh?
30 years of drug abuse is trying to get a job.
Yeah.
Not all there. Yeah,
She
cocaine
wasn't all.
is-
Yeah.
Why the
She
rat
was so slow. I was just watching her. I'm like, is she ever gonna get our water? Because you just see her looking at the piece of paper that she wrote things on and just staring
Sometimes
at it.
words are
Did
hard.
she like
Yeah.
lean down and smell the paper at any point?
It's not a place that you go for like the most quality service. It's not the place
No,
you go
that's
for the
Olive Garden.
cleanliest. Well, wait, no. Okay, but it's not a place you go for the cleanliest environment. It's a place you go because you get the best like cheap ass fucking food.
right.
Like
$5.
It is
It's
what
a-
it is.
it's a pro
greasy-
wrestler's best
a greasy,
friend.
cheap breakfast.
it's a
Yeah,
pro
that's what it
wrestler's
is.
best
Yeah, the
fucking
the
friend.
last time
They're
I
open
went,
all night. They have hot coffee.
Yeah.
like,
yeah, last time I went, it was
Get
4
you some
of us.
food and go.
It was
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
like $25.
Exactly, and that's like, oh, you're like, I'll give a couple $1 tip. Like,
Yeah.
and it's all included right there.
Here's your hash browns. Fud.
Boom.
Right.
Okay, it's fucking delicious. So
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
the one thing. You never leave hungry though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's definitely how it
well,
is.
Danielle did
Yeah,
because
unless you
she
don't
couldn't
only
eat
get-
Yeah, but
everything.
that's not fair because like you can't go in and order whatever
You
you,
have a
want.
specific
Like,
diet.
But right, if you can go in and get
I go in there and get
7
pancakes, waffles, and eggs and bacon. Like like
I didn't write this down for Hot Topics, but on a related note, IHOP is changing its name to IHOB.
IHOB, International
Yeah.
House of
Boo.
Bitches.
I'm pretty sure it's
Breakfast?
breakfast. I'm pretty sure.
That's stupid.
I how about the meal you eat in the morning?
There's nothing
Right,
less
right.
stupid than breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, no, you change
Bacon.
the name that somebody knows, and
But
then
what's the
you know.
point
Why not?
of
Yeah, just
changing
keep
the
it
name? name?
I
It
don't
was-
because they're like because
They're
they're
rebrands.
it's
It's 2018,
probably like
they're
it's like
killing us.
pancakes isn't all we're about, which they're not. Like a lot of their shit is good.
Yeah, but who calls it International House
No
of Pancakes? You know,
one.
like,
Nobody.
Like I
Yeah.
guarantee, if you took a poll in the street, like among people under like 25,
They wouldn't
half
know
of
what
them
the P
wouldn't
is
know.
for, yeah.
they'd be like, "What does IHOP stand for?" Oh, I don't know. Like,
I hop my ass over there to get some fucking pancakes.
yeah,
Always got to change.
Yeah.
like I don't have that
That's
app.
it.
Like,
Always got to change. You know.
Nah.
He wasn't always Thai awesome. He was semi mediocre earlier.
Thai mediocre.
He was on
13 Reasons Thai.
I can't even like on WWE 2K17 Thai mediocre.
That's a good gimmick, though. I feel like I could live up to that gimmick.
I like it.
No, but I mean, everything rebrands eventually. Like,
Right.
MTV is no longer music television. It's still the same
like,
fucking
yo,
McDonald's.
side note, y'all remember the box?
Yes.
No.
It was a Canadian version of MTV.
Was it?
Oh.
No, the box was like just a. It was a
What's in
channel
the box?
that played music videos, and it had a little scroller that had music videos and numbers next to them. And you called, you pay 99
Like,
cents, and then
in
the
the
music
food court
video
at
would
the
go in
mall,
the queue.
right? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
this is a TV channel.
Oh,
So it's
see,
like
I always had it, like,
a
in the
network
mall.
jukebox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. You
Like,
used to
whoever
call.
got- whoever got the most
I don't
votes
know
won.
That one.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
remember it was called The Box, and I used to love watching it. I never called, but I always watched it.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember
There's
that.
that MTV.
Back when like music videos were a thing. See,
I-
music videos were videos that musicians used
Nowadays, the way you discover music videos is you hear about them and have to look them up
MTVX.
online.
and then do research.
Yeah.
MTVX was nothing but
What does this mean?
Okay. that's
like metal and all
I
that.
wa-
became
actually, I
It's
recently
like 450 or some shit.
last time we were here, during the break, we watched ridiculous music videos with Rich
A
Steve.
bunch of, like, 80s rock music videos.
We watched.
Nobody in the
Kiss
room had
Back.
seen fucking
Hey,
Toto's
you know
America
what?
video.
You know what?
Yeah, Africa.
Africa?
Yeah. America. Toto's America.
Yeah.
Damn. It's Toto's
I've never
America
seen,
now.
I've seen bits and pieces of the video. Like,
And we
that,
watched,
but I haven't
Put the
seen
wall
it.
up.
Oh, Kory's here because we watched
Oh god.
Separate Ways
Yeah.
by
God,
Journey.
yeah. That was,
Shout out to Bulldozer. Shout out to them.
And
Before
there's
we continue,
another one.
shout
Oh,
out to
Eye of the
Rich Steve.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rich Steve wants to do the recreation of the video.
Yeah,
There's
fuck it.
3 of you.
I'm gonna have to join Project Mayhem so we can do a Project Mayhem
Well,
recreation
you're
of the
good.
video.
We're taking recruits. It's all right.
Always, so the NWO.
We are.
Delaware.
We really are. We are. We need a Louis Spicoli.
I'll be the Horace Hogan.
Yes. Yes, I love it. You have to work in Japan first.
So
Well, let's get tickets.
I worked a Lucha show last week last month.
Close enough, Flip.
No, fuck no. Have you seen me wrestle?
Did you stomp on a Mexican flag?
I've done a total of 2 flips.
Hey.
I've done a total of 2 flips in my entire career.
No, but he met he met a lady there who has a big crush on him and like comments on every Robbie Rackets Robbie Rackets.
I do the same thing.
She doesn't speak English, and
Oh, so she's good.
I like it a red key.
I'm actually not sure she's a lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So
Check her neck, dude. Check it. Here.
Yes, bien.
Peel the beard back and check the neck.
Yeah, right.
You have to, now that you work.
Oh, it's like Wu-Tang. Check your neck. It's like to
Check your neck. You gotta check the neck.
I'm sitting there helping them like load up, and they called him over, and I just see like been taking a picture of like this girl kissing Rob on the cheek. I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to do ring
all I'm
throws.
saying is the shirt
Hey,
isn't
man.
made yet. You can be Latino Yeet.
it's Pride Month.
Sorry, Diaz. Shirt's not made yet.
Now I need a Project Mayhem shirt just in pink and blue.
I can make that happen.
So
We have
no,
Galaxy.
there you go.
Yo, that Galaxy vinyl is dope.
It really
Yeah.
is.
We
It's like
Like-
stars and shit.
Yeah, it looks like solar system.
Yeah.
We actually
Shout out to
um,
Sarah, who's awesome at making
Yes,
these
yes.
things.
Sarah.
Good job.
we've been watching
Sarah Mayhem made the shirt that I'm currently wearing.
Yeah.
It's
I
ballin'.
need to get one of them.
Danielle and I have been
Knew I should've
watching
brought my
Kiss
gimmicks today.
videos for the past couple days because my uncle passed recently. Is a huge Kiss fan.
I got you. I have all the
so
albums.
like their fucking videos are insane.
Lick it up.
Yeah.
And,
If it's a ballad, they're in their fucking ridiculous paint and gimmick.
that was
But
more about heroes.
high energy metal, they're in fucking no face paint, and they're all ugly as fuck.
Oh,
God, yeah.
Except for Paul Stanley. He is a handsome woman, and
Yes, he is.
He's really into it, even when they're all trying to look
He
badass.
does not
he's
wanna
just
be in
like
that band.
dancing. Yeah, he's like,
because-
yeah.
he wants to be in Twisted Sister
Yeah,
so
he really,
fucking bad.
he really does.
Because they lost the paint in the 80s. That's why.
He's got the fucking Kevin Nash flares down his fucking
Yes.
pants. He's all
And then he's
about it.
always doing the
Love and
kissy
light.
face in like a mirror or to the camera in
Right.
every
Always
video.
he's the originator of the duck face.
He
gotta
really
be.
has to be. Yeah.
Yes.
All
And then we
girls
watched-
everywhere were like, "That looks so good on Paul Stanley. I'm gonna have to do this."
Have you ever seen the Folgers commercial with Paul Stanley?
No.
Keep talking.
I don't think it ever aired. I think it's just one of those like leaked. Oh, he's got it already.
I can't put it on that.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah, here.
Like my fat head's in the way.
My
Stop.
fat head's in the way on this one.
Wait, what is that?
This is Paul Stanley's Folger commercial.
Stop it.
I mean, he's so scary looking though.
I know he was in Phantom of the Opera.
Was he?
Yes.
No, he was just in a fire.
He was just he was just a phantom in an opera.
Wait, when is Paul Stanley like what? I swear to God.
My guess is because
dude, there was a signature at the bottom.
my guess is because it's acrobats and has nothing to do with Kiss or Paul Stanley
Or coffee.
or coffee. My
They
guess
had that
is
mug at the end with a dark liquid being poured
my
into
guess
it.
is that commercial was filmed around the time they released Psycho Circus. That's the only thing I can imagine.
And I swear to God, if you don't grow a perm, I am never talking to you again.
I can't. I physically
Got
can't.
it.
No one can
Dude, I
physically
feel
grow a
like
perm.
Yams can.
now I need to shoot a coffee commercial. Like I can do that.
Yams can fucking
That's
do it.
fully
Hell yeah.
attainable.
I can do it.
Like really shitty like truck stop coffee.
Dude,
From the Waffle House.
From
Yes.
exactly. It's
Boom.
4 hours old. and it's
Cross
just so
promotion.
bitter.
Waffle House sponsor us.
Yes.
It just made me think of BCW and the Pope and how he wants a certain coffee a certain way
Oh,
from
yeah.
a certain plate.
What
That
was
was the
that?
thing.
What company?
should have been like, why don't you stop
forget
there?
what
Else on
coffee
your way
it
there.
was.
Irrelevant. He wanted powdered creamer.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like specifically.
Who
powdered
wants
creamer?
powdered
Yeah.
cream?
Yeah.
Like I
It's
use it
always
if I'm
like-
forced to. Like
I guess powdered creamer's here. I guess I'll use that.
Yeah.
sure, you don't have any just sugar. I'll just take sugar. Something. Drink it
I'll just
black.
take it black. Yeah, exactly.
So we're having too good of a time here, so I won't
We
talk
are.
about that hot topic. Shawn Michaels has discussed maybe the possibility of one more match.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Oh, for sure.
The question is who? Like
One match he refused
We
to
talked about it
watch.
before
Right.
you guys got here. AJ Styles is the obvious choice.
Who?
what
AJ?
if they just did like Michaels and
They've already
Taker?
teased it like on
Yeah.
fucking.
Yes.
Number 3. Well,
There's your rubber.
They've teased
10
it.
years later.
It's not really a rubber. He
kill 'em both
Michael's
out of the
lost both of them. But yeah, they talked about it on Table
really
for
tough.
3, like Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles. Like that.
Latex.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I'm
Fucking
maybe
crap.
biased, but I say Seth Rollins.
That would be
I
rad.
think it
That
would
would
be
also be a
good.
good one.
I
Yeah.
got it, and we'll fight over it. The Miz.
Oh my
The
god, I
Miz
would
can make
fucking
gold
love
out of
that.
anything.
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
Miz has already worked him though. But like,
and Miz can make Shawn Michaels look so fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
Because in my head,
He can sell
with the
it so
Miz,
well.
it'd be the same recreation with Shawn and Ric Flair.
oh,
Right,
I'm
right,
sorry,
yeah.
I love you.
Right before he hits, right before he hits it.
Ooh.
But the Miz is just.
I know, I
I
want-
want to see the Miz doing
But,
that.
like,
I
you
want
go-
the Miz to retire Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I would
5 or 6
yeah,
years or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah,
like
something
that, too.
fun.
maybe sooner than that.
Look, he's like, or SmackDown next week.
Aww.
What time?
Nobody's gonna watch it.
What time is it? 6:35.
See it. Set it up.
TBS.
Right now.
TBS.
Old man.
Dude.
No, I think AJ Styles is the obvious choice. I think there's a lot of other great fucking candidates for it.
I
Wait,
like the
isn't he
Miz.
training at the Performance Center?
Yeah, he's a trainer.
Yeah.
So, do we think it would be someone from NXT?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be Shayna Baszler.
No, it's
Finn Balor would be a great one.
yeah.
It'd be really fun.
I don't.
There's so many people, and it's like
No.
I would just like to watch.
What would make sense? Just because I'm a weird history buff.
Shelton
Daniel
Benjamin. Oh. Yeah.
Because Brian came through the TWA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
Michael's trained him.
Yeah.
I was
Please
thinking
bring Marty
Shelton Benjamin.
Jannetty back for one more
Oh,
match.
he's busy posing with pictures of Jesus.
His daughter. Oh.
Hey.
Excuse me.
No,
Boy.
Yeah.
not
ooh.
his daughter.
Do we know that?
What?
Apparently he needs a bunch of surgery after his match with Joey Janela last week. So
Like
Marty
see if he-
Jannetty?
Like what
Yeah.
surgery?
they don't know. I don't know if it's like a joke or not.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
I think we found a name for this edition of the podcast.
Yeah, that
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Sure.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
like it. I like it.
I don't think so.
I went through such a dilemma on like putting the podcast up last week of like, do I really put Steven as a porno as the fucking?
Yep.
I guess I
Although
do.
like if you spell it's Steve with a V and then Steven with a PH. I thought that was.
Well, that's how he spelled
Is
it
that
when
what
he
it is?
commented
Right.
on something
This
recently.
Is always
Yeah.
like, I'm always confused at that.
Well, no one ever
Like,
spells
it's
their
not-
name Stephe.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like, why does it change to a V
Steve.
just for that? You're not
I don't know.
Steven, you're Steve. And
Why is Bob an
it's
acceptable
strange.
nickname for Robert?
Because
Well, who thought to
sometimes
call
when you
William
fuck up
Dick?
writing it,
Coming from
I don't
Robbie.
understand that.
Or
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah,
It's Richard,
That's
that's
the
what
same
it
as
is.
Robbie, I think. Just
How do they
because
get dick from Richard?
R's,
Yeah.
R's, B's, and
You ask
D's
nicely.
can all look the same.
Hey, buy him dinner. Hey,
So, next time,
Wish my name was Richard.
hey,
My
hey.
grandfather was Dick Mills. So.
Okay.
So there's also there's a lot of Star Wars fans like harassing.
Okay, I thought we were going to talk
Castmates.
about Solo, but I remembered what we were talking about. So
Yeah,
No, okay.
it kind of relates to wrestling.
I haven't
Wrestling
seen
fans
Solo.
are the same way almost.
Irate.
I love Childish Gambino.
Just assholes.
Like they can't separate like the actor or entertainer from the character.
Yeah.
Like,
So like Kelly
Movies go-
Kelly Marie Tran is an actress from the most recent Star Wars, and I guess she's been forced off of like social media
yeah,
because she
deleted
just
her
can't.
Instagram, yeah.
She just can't handle like the fucking negativity of
Backlash,
people.
yeah.
Like, why? Just because she's Asian and
months ago, and now people want to be.
yeah, yeah. Movie came out in December. Like, what the fuck? Like,
It's because it became a meme, and everybody jumped.
I
on it.
guess,
Like,
but,
oh,
like,
fuck her because
God forbid there's an
it was the
Asian
most
person
boring
in
part of
person
that
in
movie.
space.
Well, it was
Like,
the most boring part of that movie, but
the movie's not good in general.
It kind of goes back to what you were saying before about how things evolve, and that's what Cody Rhodes, like I read to you on Twitter
Yeah.
earlier, he was like, things change. If you like the original Star Wars, watch the
Fucking
original
watch 'em.
Star
Exactly.
Wars. Why are
They
you
still
complaining
exist.
about
it's the
it?
same thing as Ghostbusters being remade with all women. And people like, this is destroying my childhood.
Don't watch
Ghostbusters is
it.
on fucking Netflix. I watched
Hold
it
on.
this week.
Yeah.
I wish we had talked about this when Kakao was here because he's a huge Ghostbusters
Yeah,
fan.
we tried to.
Oh yeah, we got off track. No, but
Us
like
getting
You know fucking
derailed?
Ghostbusters?
also like
Sorry.
the new
Star Wars
Ghostbusters
reminds me
is
of wrestling.
not bad
Oh.
at all. Like the new Ghostbusters is actually pretty
See, I
good.
haven't seen it yet.
It's
Because
pretty
I
good.
haven't
Like
yeah,
I'm not a
I've heard
huge.
good things. But
I'm
like,
not
I
a
haven't seen it
hardcore
either.
original Ghostbusters fan, so I don't have that kind of
Oh, yeah,
attachment
I
to
grew
it.
up with it.
But if you just watch it like as a movie that it is, like it's pretty fun. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just can't accept change sometimes. Like this is my thing, so it has to be my thing
Yeah,
always.
It's never your thing. You
Or
just
even
it
like the
a bunch.
Ninja Turtles. Like the first time I watched the new Michael Bay movies, like in the theater. No, the first time I watched the
ruin my
first one,
enjoyment.
I was like, oh, I hate all of this. Like this isn't the origin story. That's not how it goes. That doesn't make sense.
There's no Kevin Nash.
Yeah. But then you watch it like as a fucking like as its own thing later, and it's just like, okay, this is good for what it is. Like it's it's my I gotta hand it down to like the
Ninja Turtles movie in like 2016.
yeah.
whatever it was.
Nothing makes sense about Ninja Turtles to begin with. So why am I fucking
Why? Yeah. Like why hate on the oranges there? Just do it.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, like you guys said, the old one's still gonna be there.
It's got
but just enjoy the new ones. For
Everything
what it is.
evolves.
Like I mean,
It's got to be
Jesus.
adaptable for the
Yeah,
younger
Jurassic-
generation.
They're still making Jurassic Parks.
Right,
Yeah.
25 years on, and they're still making Jurassic Parks.
I haven't
They
seen
haven't
any
been
of the
good
new
for
ones.
The past
Really?
15 years, but
No.
they're still making
Oh.
them.
I know that Lauren Lapkus is in one of them, and she's
Oh.
great.
The last one.
You
know,
like
they were
Chris
the-
Pratt
her and,
too, don't you?
Oscar Isaac.
No, I
was
don't
the
like
first
Chris
in that
Pratt.
movie.
I like Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt.
That
But
look
then he-
has
but
just
then-
reevaluated your entire relationship.
Because he's upset that he like broke up with
He
Anna
broke her
Faris.
heart. Anna Faris, first of all, and he broke her heart.
Jesus Christ.
He broke her
This is
heart.
half of our conversations because I'm older than him and I have no idea what's going on at the
She's
time.
such a sweetheart.
Reality. You have
She's
dementia.
such a sweetheart. What? No, I'm talking about Anna Faris.
It's all right, Grandma. Sorry. We'll go get dinner at Denny's. It's
Ma'am,
fine.
you lost?
Put you to bed.
He had to make me feel better the other day by telling me that kids don't play games on computers anymore, like PC games,
That
like
is a
you know how you
lie.
play solitaire
Oh, that is
and
a
like
lie.
freestyle
She has a
and
disc.
like fun.
She has a disc.
Pull up a
Like
lot of
she's
games.
moving to my place, right? So she's transporting her stuff, and she has a disc of like 50,000 computer games, but it's all like bootleg fucking Tetris or whatever.
Awesome.
And I was like, let me give it to your little sister. And he's like, she has a smartphone and a tablet.
Yeah, she,
There's no CD drive anymore.
yeah, she doesn't have a computer.
Can't say anything because I just rebooted a netbook the other day.
Oh boy.
Shut it.
So that can like
Shut it.
run Edge.
I haven't
right?
played a.
And didn't you explain something to me this morning?
I'm sure I did. You're gonna have to be more specific, but I'm sure I did. Any given morning, I've explained something to you.
There's something about technology.
I don't.
Everything evolves.
Everything.
There it is.
That's the name of the
It's the theme
episode.
right there.
I like it.
We're gonna have to. Oh shit.
Life,
Just
The
hyphen.
five of us.
Hyphen the cocaine.
The five of
drug.
us. Evolution is a mystery.
I call dibs on not being.
I feel like
Batista.
we do have enough people to recreate the music
got it.
video right now.
Yeah. Someday love will find you.
No. Right there, I don't remember.
Change that
Oh, I do remember.
There you go. Get it. Go higher. but
Such a
you
great
got-
I
fucking
can't go that
video.
high.
I'm gonna make
The Filipino guy
Oh,
that
the
replaced him
app.
sounds really good.
Really?
what app?
Cool.
The Starbucks app. Oh, I had to walk you through that. Yeah. It used to be my job, to
Such
be
a good
fair.
podcast.
I'm
used to be my
old
job,
and
to
I
be
don't
fair.
understand technology.
No,
Are
we're
we on
casting.
a break? I don't think we ever
We're-
went on break.
Rolling.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Talking about how I'm old and I don't understand anything.
It's all right. My girlfriend uses the Dunkin' Donuts app. It still screws me up.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah.
app.
Same thing like Starbucks, only
Sam.
not as pretentious.
Yeah,
I did see that Dunkin' on the way in. I'm about to
There-
download this app.
there's some.
Yeah, I didn't know there was an app for that.
You can't even really get the coffee you want at Dunkin'
I
Donuts
might
anymore.
be able to. Have never
Through the turn lane
tried.
into the street.
Whoa!
Into the street.
The chocolate chip cookie dough coffee is delicious.
Blocking traffic for a good.
Is that a new thing?
It's ridiculous. I just
Yeah,
don't-
but-
See, the Dunkin' Donuts by my place is like
Sucks.
Piece of
behind.
shit.
They
Like
don't advertise
Just like,
anything.
I've been seeing for a month like ice cream flavored coffee. Awesome, great. The one by my house still got the Girl Scout, which is fine, but like I'm pretty sure they just recycle flavors over and over again. Like it's the same thing, just a different name now.
Yeah, like the peanut butter Girl Scout is the peanut butter ice cream you get. It's whatever.
Like
With
the
more
fucking
creamer added.
the coconut caramel is the same thing as the maple brown sugar
Yeah.
from the fall.
But let me
Like,
tell you something though. Like I order the coconut caramel year round. I'm not like don't quote me as a hipster like this. But like I've been ordering.
Yams, no one would ever mistake
I've
you
been
for
it's
it.
probably been like 5 years now. I've been ordering iced coffee with caramel, coconut, cream, and sugar.
Yeah.
And that's the Girl Scout cookie, John. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They've been able to do that for how long? It's just that's branding right there, really. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Girl Scout cookies. It's a season, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean I do dig a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, but like wow though.
Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee.
It's almost Hoagie Fest, guys.
dude, June 18th.
Nuh-uh, June 18th.
There's
I saw,
another
Oh,
Hoagie
yeah, they had a
Fest.
mini one.
Festival,
They had a
yeah.
mini one, yeah.
June 18th.
I saw a billboard on the way home the other night and almost like shed a tear. I was so fucking
Did you
happy.
see the guy online? It's like the viral video. The guy hacking the MTO station at Wawa.
No.
It's like you push like up, down, up, down, 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 up, down,
really
down,
Or
hot.
you get a special
and
menu.
you push the goose. And it opens like a special
Up, down,
menu.
left, right, BA, select, start.
ABAC, ABA is the
But is that a real thing? The special menu?
I tried it and it froze
Fuck
it.
no, it's
Nah.
not.
No,
Oh.
no, but gobbler bowls are amazing. So
It's
that's
a
about
work.
it.
Royal Farms can suck it. Just
Yes.
wanted to make that clear.
You can suck it.
Dude,
Listen,
They're the best
Sheets and
fast
Wawa will
food
team up.
No.
To fuck up Royal
Yeah,
Farms.
Sheets is good.
Sheets is fine. Sheets is fine.
I'm gonna order my food on
Cheers
Sheets.
you, but okay.
Everyone's fucking argument about Royal Farms is their chicken, but I'll tell you what, the no-name gas station by my fucking house has way better fried chicken than Royal Farms.
Sorry, I'm busy using the Sheets app and ordering my lunch for Monday.
You can do that?
Yep. Around here.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
really
do that at
old.
Wawa too. Relax.
Yeah, really.
Relax,
Wait, no,
tough
wait, you
guy.
can order like days in advance though?
You don't have to.
Yes.
To order in advance.
The way the Wawa
I
app
don't know, I don't
works
use the
is
app,
like you
but-
order
Yeah,
it,
once you
and
pull
once you
in,
get in, like in the
yeah.
vicinity, they start making
But
it.
I
Mine
could
is-
plan it out like a few.
That honey turkey though. Oof.
Yo, and you know what? I think that honey turkey is locale, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. I
really
think it's
don't.
like a healthy choice joint they use. That's what they used to use.
I love that honey turkey.
But it is good. I'm not even a fan of turkey, but I like that honey turkey.
I just have to get whatever sandwiches he has
Yeah.
and get it in like a
I
bowl
get-
form and have them
I'm the
judge
same
me
way,
and give
though.
me evil looks and say, "Are you sure?"
I'm the same way. Like, I'm not a big turkey guy. Thanksgiving's not that big a deal to me. But like, if I get that honey turkey and I order it as if I'm ordering an Italian, like the same fixins and stuff, that's where I'm at. Like,
That's good. That's
mayo, a little bit of oil, fucking sweet peppers, boom.
Done.
Wawa, sponsor this podcast.
Audis, bro.
Capri
Right
fucking
across the
Audis, yes.
street, dude.
All
I
right.
have one.
Capriati's
Forwarding
sponsor
distance,
this podcast.
Yeah.
Didn't your cousin work there?
What? No.
Someone.
I wish I had a
They're not
cousin that
all
worked at
related,
Capri Audis.
Danielle.
Someone at
She's
your.
all black guy at Capri Audis. You can't beat the Bobby though.
No, there was like someone at your family reunion who said they were a manager at Capriati.
I don't remember that.
She was
at
a
all.
girl with blonde hair and ponytail.
There are no
She was
blonde
kind
hair-
of a tomboy. Maybe
Probably
a
Brianna.
lesbian.
No.
Probably Brianna.
Maybe a lesbian.
She worked there once. I don't think
Maybe
she was
it
a
might have
She
been
manager.
Gold
said she
Dust.
was a manager.
It was cool.
Marlena.
Um,
No, you can't beat that fucking Bobby though.
that sounds
See,
dirty.
Okay, so I don't know what is the Bobby.
I'm
The
not
Bobby
gonna
is
say Bobby
Thanksgiving.
Hit me with the Bobby.
It's Thanksgiving on a sandwich. It's fucking
I am always
turkey.
a fan of those.
Turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, a little bit of mayo, I think some lettuce. That's really all you fucking
Cranberry
need.
sauce just kills it.
It's
Sign me
fucking
up.
stuffing, dude.
me
Stuffing on
up.
a sub.
Yeah.
Stuffing and
The rest
mashed
of it
potato.
is-
I love gobbler season. I'm not gonna lie. I
it's
love gobbler
on
season.
steroids
We're gonna break
because
kayfabe here. I'm gonna
they're,
give you a fist bump on that.
Capriati's better than Wawa as far
Oh
as
well,
yeah.
of course. I mean, I can imagine that.
Oh, it's
8
fucking
inches.
huge.
And it's
They're
about
large.
So they're like white guy. They're white guy
large.
measurements.
The large is
Large costs
conservatively
almost
2 feet.
$20.
It's conservatively
what?
2 feet.
It's almost $20. It's 24-inch sub.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Dude,
because
so
my
what do you
roommates
think? There's
ordered-
5 of us. We get 2 of them.
Yeah.
For
My-
us.
Oh, I've
my
eaten a
roommates
full
ordered
one.
large cheesesteaks one time.
Well, that's what I'm
Why is
saying,
that
no.
$6?
I guess I'm not. The Capriati's probably closed by the time we're done here,
Yeah,
damn
probably.
it.
Saturday. They're
Yeah.
open.
We'll see.
Sunday's the bad
Speaking
day.
of,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll take our final break.
Is that a segment?
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. Go get Capriati's. Come back. Record the last segment.
Take a break from our last break.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And we're back again.
Now we're back.
Now we're back.
Speaking of
An hour that we just
Kona Crush brings us back into reality.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for listening and bearing with me. I know it's been kind of spotty on uploading episodes, but like I said before, Yams and Kory got here, and the episode
Podcast
re-recorded
life,
before
bro.
they got here, before we scrapped it.
Sorry.
So I had a pretty unfortunate week with my uncle passing. My Uncle Bob. My Uncle Bob was the first person to show me wrestling. So that can't be understated, the impact that he had on my life. And I remember had to be 4 years old. Survivor Series 94. Yokozuna versus The Undertaker in a casket match. It changed my world. You know, that's why I'm here today. Very
That one,
Yeah, like I can
pinpoint
that one
moment.
pinpoint. Like I know that. Like that's when I decide. Like The Undertaker. Like that's a fucking Like he's an imposing figure, like this fantastical, like mythical person, and then Yokozuna was kind of like playing the chicken shit, which is weird for a 500-pound guy, but like it really gets you into it. Yeah,
it makes sense.
Also, Kona Crush was involved in that match.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Yo, bring it all back.
The Swiss love
Full
Crush.
circle.
And then, so yeah, it was all for the races. But my uncle, he knew it was a work, but he would always argue as if it wasn't, which was fucking fun and fantastic.
Oh, it should be, man.
There's no, like, the Undertaker was his favorite, so I have 2 Undertaker action figures on the table. Whether or not you can see them.
Sorry, I'm large.
No, there's. You could not convince him that anybody could beat the Undertaker ever, unless the Undertaker wanted to lose. So in honor of that, today we're gonna do our top 5 Undertaker matches. And I know Yams and Kory were last minute, so they can contribute. They're gonna contribute, but I don't know if they have a full 5 match list.
I will comment.
Yeah, well. Still less last minute than anybody here.
That's last hour.
Well, when I messaged you about it, that's when I figured, oh yeah, that's why I should do that. So yeah, we're gonna do top 5 Undertaker matches, and I will begin.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Danielle's gonna be good.
Yeah, we had a long discussion in the first hour of the podcast.
No, I said I was.
hey!
I said I was gonna
Women's
discuss
rights.
the one,
And then we
You know what,
fuck it, we're breaking up right now.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Hey guys, you hear it first. I'm single. Hit me up in my inbox.
Inbox is flooded.
God.
Trying to go get some wings, Robbie? I mean,
I wonder how many of my friends will end up in your inbox.
Probably a lot.
Just slide into the DM.
All right, so Danielle's gonna go first.
I only have 2, so I always have
that's
to
a good top
overlap.
5.
That's why, yes, my top 5 is 2 matches.
Two
I
better
didn't
than
watch
none.
wrestling for like ever, so the only ones that come to mind. Number 2, I'm gonna say is Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. It wasn't a great match technically,
No.
but
for what it was a good match.
but I liked it.
It was
like,
a very
I
good
felt-
It
match.
did what it had to do.
Everything
I
before and after the match was really
No,
cool.
there were
Everything
spotty
was
things in that match, but it was
bad.
very good.
it wasn't a bad match.
It told a story. It did its job.
The emotion is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
No, but you know that like I'm totally against all the unnecessary hate people have on Roman Reigns not being good. But he was
promo
so
they got the next
yeah.
day
was
he, no, he
Best
was
promo
great
ever.
before that, during the match, and after the match. Like you always say, turn him heel. He doesn't have to be turned like that. Him coming out for a year and reminding the fans, "I retire the Undertaker." Is
Oh man,
that's totally
It
heel.
gets
He's not
that
doing
reaction.
that to get the cheer from the kids.
he's just
like,
getting the reaction one way or the other, and
so
he
that
got
comes
it.
out of my mind. And then my number 1, which I know is on Rob's list, is like I didn't watch wrestling for 10 years, so I didn't watch the match at the time, but he showed me the Triple H Undertaker Hell in the Cell match with
WrestleMania
Shawn
28.
Michaels. Yeah, as-
Shawn Michaels
that's the
referee.
best match I've probably ever seen in my entire life. I almost cried. It tells such a story, and I
It
cannot
does.
believe
That's
his
how it
streak
should
did
be.
not end there.
That's-
his streak should have ended that, and I'm sorry because there's no match that probably could have topped that.
Yeah, that's the first match that I remember watching and being like, oh, this is what storytelling is.
Really, like I'm getting chills thinking
you can
about how
tune
good
into that match
was.
and not watch the build up to it
Yeah,
and
that's
know
me.
exactly what's going on or feel what's going on. Like even like Shawn Michaels like selling over the top, like not
Yeah.
knowing what to do and everything like that. And then the post match with the 3 of them with the fucking hands raised at the entranceway.
Yeah.
It's all fucking fantastic.
It's the end of an era.
Yeah.
Working man.
I don't know whose era it ended.
What?
They both continued wrestling
Yeah.
Do
after
you
that.
have a favorite Undertaker
You want to
match?
go this way?
Yes, because we never
Why
go that
would we go
way.
Because
clockwise?
you passed the
Because you don't
Dutch
go-
upon the left-hand side.
I mean,
To be fair, we've always gone counterclockwise till this point.
all right.
Because sometimes
But
ladies
we've,
should go
also,
first.
but we've also never done video, so that's why.
I don't know.
So we
So,
call Vince Russo. It's a swerve.
bro,
Everything
bro, I'm
changes.
telling you, bro.
Everything-
We're gonna
Bruv,
go
are you gonna listen to
Danielle.
my
We're
match,
gonna go
bruv?
Danielle, then we're gonna go
Bruv.
Yams, bro.
Trust, bro.
Bro.
bruv, get your hand out my face, bruv.
Hey. Go ahead.
Man, not hot.
Go ahead. I'm room temperature. Go ahead.
This is. I mean, it's probably cliche, but I was never a big like Undertaker fan. I always liked him, but dude, I still love Taker and Foley Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And that's like it's one of the most iconic matches. Like
Yeah, that's the match you show someone who's never seen wrestling.
Yeah, and it's like, and you blow their fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Whoa, what the fuck is this?
like,
Yeah.
oh, was that supposed to happen? It's
Yeah.
like, it just did. Like,
Yeah.
but that's one of those that, like, it's so timeless and like,
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, a lot of it, no.
Who's that
That's-
guy in pajamas? It's Terry Funk.
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, that's one of my favorite Undertaker moments
We just
is
checked
that
the
match.
Yeah.
Making sure?
Yeah.
I got you.
We're not streaming. They wouldn't send them that quick.
It's rats, bro. It's rats.
The minute a worker's female says something
It's rats.
Right.
Don't worry about it. It's rats.
from the Waffle House.
Shit, I'm gonna cut that out.
Please
No,
do.
just keep it in. Whatever. You want to screw over one of my best friends? You get what you deserve.
Keep it in.
That's usually what she said.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Anywho, Kory, you got some favorite Undertaker moments, memories, matches?
I do. One of my favorite. It's a fun little Taker story. The Make-A-Wish thing. How like John Cena and everybody's done a Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
Up in my area, we have the Hershey Medical Center. It's for little kids and all that. Hershey Park used to be a big loop for the Fed. Huge loop.
Yeah.
Taker really doesn't do much. He did one. He
Yeah.
went to the Children's Hospital
Nice.
in complete gear.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure.
hat, coat, gloves, the nines.
I know, wait, it's a little morbid though, isn't it?
But
Well, that's what I said when my uncle was like,
That's what I was thinking. Like, this is
It
morbid.
is, but they were like, he was actually asked why he did it.
yeah.
Because the kids wouldn't recognize him any other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. He's just
So to
fucking
me-
Mark.
Yeah.
To me, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You know,
just
it's
fucking
awesome.
biker guy
Yeah,
in my
It is
room.
like,
Yeah.
Well, no, like I set up my Undertaker figure in my uncle's room. Like once we were told, hey,
Yeah.
just let it happen. Like I set the Undertaker up just like this in his room, and as I was doing, I was like, this is kind of morbid. But hey, you know what? It was his fucking favorite.
And
So
then we were watching
wouldn't
Undertaker
want it any
matches
other
all
way.
day, and I thought it was morbid.
Yeah.
And then when he turned it off, all the family was like, "No, turn the wrestling back
yeah,
on."
yeah, because I was like, that day, the next day when they were like, they told us the news, like just let it happen, and then the next day, like I came home and like my whole family was there, like, just seeing them,
Transcends.
yeah. So I was in the living room and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch some old. The TV wasn't on. I was like, I'm gonna watch some old Undertaker matches, and then as it progressed, like the music and stuff, I was like, oh, this is probably a little
Yeah,
unsettling
that's what I was
Right,
thinking.
right.
for
but-
people, but it was his favorite. So like,
Transcends. You gotta
yeah.
do it.
Exactly. Context.
But favorite matches. Being a weirdo and a useless wrestling encyclopedia that I am.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I got.
He was just saying yes to the useless part.
I know.
All of it. Yes, to all of it.
It's all right. Whatever. A fun one. Not many people have seen from '97. Michinoku Pro in Japan. Undertaker versus Jinsei Shinzaki. Hakushi,
Yeah.
if you will. The angle they worked was Taker was dead. Well, so was he.
Right.
He buried himself alive. And he came back so he could train for the Undertaker.
Zombie fight.
And that's exactly what it
I
was.
love it.
And to work Taker, he had to, because in the WWF, he did the gimmick with Brett where he pulled his head out of the box. He did, all that fun stuff. Well, this was his time to step up to the big plate, so to speak. And Hakushi's gear was just thrashed. It was dirty and bloody. And you really didn't see the Taker out of the WWE at the time.
Right.
You really didn't, because he was the WWE.
He was it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was it. You don't see him. You don't, he doesn't lose. All that. And I didn't see it in person, obviously. Tape trading was a big thing. To get my hands on that was one of those like, wait, he did what now? He, outside of this, and it was Paul Bearer, the whole nine. I suggest people look it up if they can't find it. I think it's in 2 parts on YouTube. I can link if need be, because that's how I am.
Right.
Another good one was Taker versus New Jack.
That's such a weird match.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountain.
And that's such a weird place for it to happen.
It was a high school gym because they built up the Gangsters versus the Rock and Roll Express.
Okay.
Always. Rock and Roll Express, the Gangsters. And the way Cornette booked it was just brawls constantly between the two.
Yeah.
You know, the gangsters would get up and then rock and roll would come back. Da da da. Well, it leads into the gangsters taking out the rock and rolls and them having a surprise for them. Lights go out in this gym. Maybe 400 people. Lights come on, Taker's in the ring. And he just beats the shit out
That's
of New
fantastic. Imagine you're in an indie show that just fucking happens.
Jack. Yeah.
You shit yourself. You
That was
just
like-
fucking shit
yeah.
yourself.
That was like
I would.
that was like Vince
I would
McMahon
explode
showing
some
up at an
diarrhea.
indie show.
Like,
Yeah.
He did it once.
Did
In
he?
Connecticut. John Cena's dad's a promoter in Connecticut.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah, I knew that, but I
Vince
just
showed
like
up.
Oh, yeah.
Vince and Triple H showed up at an indie show once. That was
Oh.
it. But yeah, that one, Shawn Michaels Taker, Hell in a Cell, the first one,
Yeah.
with the debut of Kane. It finished that story.
Great
perfectly.
story. Great fucking
It
story.
did. It finished that story perfectly. From not knowing who Kane was to hearing, watching him lawn dart Shawn into the cage and the close up of just the color. It was good. The Kane debuting to me is what made the actual match. Because Jim Ross, that's got to be Kane.
Oh, yeah.
You felt that emotion.
That's gotta be Kane!
My
That's
God.
gotta be Kane!
Right.
My God!
Right, that one. Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker in the ladder match.
It's on my list.
Yes. I'm going to make you famous.
Make yourself famous, kid.
Yeah.
Climb the ladder.
That, it was Raw. It was on a Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And Taker never did gimmick matches except his gimmick matches. The Buried
Yeah.
Alive, the Hell in a Cell.
Casket, yeah.
The casket matches. He never did gimmick matches. And to see that,
I'm gonna go. I've talked about that match on this at length on this podcast. Well, I'm gonna do it again. I don't care.
go for it.
But yeah.
And then just, not even favorite, but watching him in WCW as Mean Mark Callis.
He was in WCW?
Yeah.
He was. Mean Mark.
Managed
Well,
by
the
Paul
Undertaker
Heyman.
wasn't.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Red hair.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ginger beard.
Oh yeah.
Yep. His finish was a heart punch. He would put the hand behind the head and right in the chest. Ties into Yams' trainer Mark Mest, does a flaming heart punch.
Flaming.
Ooh.
He lights his hand on fire and
that
then will
when-
punch you in the chest.
Yes.
It's not when no. He lights his hand on fire and he punches you in the chest.
Yes.
Yes. And
we think about your
I won't
Superman
take
punch
it.
now.
right. And fuck, you're super.
I will not take it.
I said I would. I said I would, but I have to like Triple H, Roman Reigns wet the shit out of my beard and hold it like this. People are gonna know it's coming because I'm just gonna stand there like this. Right. But just I think anything he's done for me personally. Taker's always been that one that stuck out to me.
It can't be
Anything.
understated.
Because he's told stories with everybody. I don't care who you are.
So many
You could be, Jeff Hardy. You could be CM Punk. You could be Yokozuna or, Sid Vicious,
Yeah.
for Christ's sake. Jake the Snake. You could be any of these guys, and he can tell a story with you no matter what. And the fact he comes around once a year, he's
And
like Santa Claus.
Still over as fuck.
Right. He's like Santa Claus. People will believe in this guy until he'll transcend, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know like 3 people who
Um,
stopped watching wrestling after the streak was ended.
Yeah.
Like legit.
Like, in my opinion,
Remember that moment.
I can't blame them, honestly.
my opinion,
I felt fucking. I almost wanted to call out of work the next day.
my opinion is if they get to that point of putting him in the Hall of Fame, they should put him in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, for sure.
Which is great.
It'll happen.
If he gets to that point of retiring, in my opinion, they should just give him a pension.
Yeah. just
Don't
forever.
put him in the office. Don't.
No.
Because you want to see The Undertaker coming out in a polo and khakis?
No, don't put him out.
yeah,
Like,
no.
he can be in the office and not come out,
But
like
you
make
know what I mean?
appearances
But
and
don't-
shit. You know what I mean?
Don't make him a road agent. Don't make him a...
But
you know?
exactly. You'd still see him in those fucking behind the scene pictures, like
But-
you see Shawn Michaels standing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to see Taker there in his khakis
Maybe.
and
Just smell like
his
bacon.
polo. Just
Yeah.
I don't
Whatever.
want to see that, man.
we've already like he did something out of gimmick recently, like before WrestleMania.
They took that picture with him in the hand crutches.
He did something for Kane's campaign.
Oh,
yeah, he did.
I thought you were just
Yeah.
talking about tabloids that are coming out.
But
Yeah.
no, it's just like everybody kills that. Let him.
Oh, and then he did the fucking the WWE 24
Yeah.
that aired about after last year's WrestleMania.
And
Yeah.
then my final before because I can take the entire show. Look on YouTube. It's the video of Paul Heyman talking about Brock ending the streak. Find it.
Who's the one in...
Find it. Because they ask Paul Heyman what happened. Did anybody know? And we all know how Paul Heyman reacts.
He's a worker.
Right. And just his inflection, the way he said it, basically he was like, there's two people that'll know what happened that day.
Yeah.
And he just, it's what, maybe 5 minutes, something like that?
2.5?
Yeah, that'll work. But, like, he literally just, he sits there and he's like, who's to say Brock wouldn't have went into business for himself? He shows that. Yeah, he throws that shadow of a doubt.
Eh.
And, I mean, I like that.
He's working.
He is.
Which is
totally
great.
Is. He totally is. I will agree. But that takes me back to being 13 again.
Yeah.
And if nothing,
I remember that night. Very specifically.
Honestly, I've never seen him live. In all my years, I've never seen him live.
I remember not giving a fuck about that match.
Right.
During the entire match, like I just don't care. Was not paying attention. Then the ref's hand hit 3, and I was like your heart sank. Like, the fuck just happened? That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to.
Right. No, I'm there.
But then you see the graphic on the fucking in the arena, 21-1. Yeah.
Now we hold off because somebody has to leave.
I will hold off. We're fine.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, his top 5 is next. So
Yeah, right.
What a worse.
Right.
I'm gonna read off Danny's top 5.
He's gonna go get bacon, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody's cooking bacon. I like the last half of that
It's
story.
keto friendly.
I know. I want them to teach me how to cook bacon because I always make a mess. And
Are
it's
you
a
kidding me?
disaster. I'm not.
If you can't cook bacon on the stove, then just put it in the microwave.
No, I mean
It's
it
not
tastes
as good.
better. No, but I'm just saying I always make a mess. How do I not make a mess?
I'm copying.
Get a lid for the pan.
That's a good point.
Okay. Okay.
Are you looking at Hot Topics or my list?
Your list.
Yeah.
It's not as good microwaved.
It's not, but I'll tell you what, it's done in 5 minutes and you don't
Yeah,
have
I
to get
know.
all
That's
oily.
what that's
we'll
what
get
I was
into it.
doing.
He's on
I
Danny's
think
list.
since
Or
I've
like
been
the-
lazy lately, it's just getting
And
the
I
pre-cooked
like-
Yeah,
stuff.
the oven's good
history.
too, though.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Just try it.
I
love a good
Yeah,
build-up.
I read directions. Yeah.
20 minutes,
I like
25
no
minutes.
history.
Yeah.
Oven
And
doesn't
you
try
see
sit.
that.
things that you're like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like when I'm like, Taker was in Japan. It was
I haven't
like,
meal prepped in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I
so
just saw a
I've kind of
thing
been, like, eating
yesterday
whatever
where
I
it's
find.
like Jeff Hardy at Wrestle Kingdom a few years ago. I was like, wait, I didn't know that happened.
There's a fun. Oh my God! There's a fun video. It's Hogan when he's working the Great Muta.
Yeah,
He has the WWE Winged Eagle title in his hand,
babe.
and he's
Oh God! Please recycle.
See, this is what happens when you don't cut the rings for your 6-pack. Dave leaving a goddamn mic. Listen, you don't block the working man. The working man clears blocks.
oh God, I can't. You hear that?
Radkey, I think you need to move that mic. Get that mic out of my camera.
I'm sorry. Somebody play sad dolphin sounds, please.
Arms of an angel.
I will remember you.
Fantastic! It stays there now.
This is yours now.
You done
Are you gonna try and trap the dead man, or?
a big mistake.
Oh God, deluxe figures.
This is what happens when you have Limp Bizkit do your fucking music.
Stop it! You leave Kid. Oh, you leave Kid Rock alone.
I love Kid Rock a lot. I'm talking about Limp Bizkit. Although I do like Limp Bizkit a lot
When he
more
was
than I
doing
like
the
Kid
rolling-
Rock.
Yo,
Roll
Limp
it,
Bizkit's
roll
coming
it.
to tour.
Are they?
Yeah.
Philly.
I meant to talk about Kiss and Hot Topics. They just announced a 3-year tour.
No, yeah. Well, I saw them on
I've
that
seen them
big like
once.
festival thing. in
I've never
Tennessee,
seen them. I would
Limp
love to see
Bizkit.
them. I don't
Yeah,
do
they're coming
like
to the-
their
the
music
Philly
is kind of,
show.
but I would love to
The
go just
Fillmore?
for the fucking
No,
show.
it's a big.
I
I
saw
forget the
the
Rock
Gene
Allegiance.
Simmons
Oh.
stop the show.
Yeah?
Like 10 seconds of that wasn't piss time.
He literally was like,
Fuck Gene Simmons.
he was like, no, we're done. I want to do something else. Then he started
Gene
playing.
Simmons is like the ultimate carny.
He started playing God of
Markets
Thunder.
everything.
He started playing what?
God of Thunder.
Oh.
Because he wanted to.
Oh, yeah. He's kind of a piece of shit, but I would still go Kiss.
Side note: Taker's dead.
I'd still go see Kiss.
Taker's dead.
Danny done.
Oh, I killed Taker.
You missed a fun moment.
You've
so
done it
sorry.
now.
CM Punk, HBK, Mankind, Fake Taker, and Brock.
What do you want to discuss?
I guess we won't talk about them at
Talking
all.
about Fake Taker?
Yeah, what do you know about Fake Tiger? Fake
Under
Fucking
Faker.
nothing at this point.
Brian Lee.
I don't even want to bring up that indie guy.
Oh,
Brian Lee.
N-word Taker?
Oh, that's a dude. I saw a flyer.
Did you just say what I
Yeah.
think you said?
Yeah, it was on a flyer. Yeah.
N-word Taker?
He can.
I just said N-word. I don't even feel comfortable saying that word because I don't sound cool enough. You know what I mean?
Like
I'm black. I can get away with it, but I just like it doesn't sound right to me. Like
Right. But
so, N-word Taker. That's an indie guy.
I don't know how.
For years, right? Like,
How? Like I saw it on a poster.
Yeah.
And he gets booked.
Yeah, everywhere.
If you book that guy, you're a piece of shit.
Yes.
kids like him.
Maybe
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
There are pictures out there of like these like little kids, not little kids from around the way, not knowing any better, big smiles, and this dude just like this.
Yeah, but then they go to school on Tuesday, and then they have to get a
That's
referral
what
for calling so and so. You look like so and so.
Yeah, really.
Oh, hey, Jeremy, not allowed.
Jeremy. Madison, listen. Madison, no, we don't do that here.
Jaden, check your privilege.
Blake.
Blake. Chad.
That's racist, guys.
Shout out to Mike Orlando.
Sorry.
Shout out to Louis G. Rich. Yeah,
He's Jeremy.
he is.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Orlando unfriended me over a post about Black Panther.
Are we gonna do that again?
What's your?
We didn't do it on the show. We did it during the break.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Rob's not over it.
Fourth time I've heard this.
I love the pettiness of it. He waved at me on Facebook to say goodbye.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
And then unfriended me. It's fucking great.
It is.
I'm putting it over.
I like it.
I mean, he's a hell of a Chad, but I'm putting it over.
What do we have to say about the indie worker who just recently unfriended you? He didn't even have the courtesy to wave goodbye.
Oh, the guy I beat the piss out of in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago?
It wasn't me or Yams the working
He
man.
unfriended me. Anywho, so
Shave that guy's mustache? Sure.
Back to that.
I'll talk about versus Mankind King of the Ring '98 because I've watched that match more than any other match that I've watched.
yeah.
Is it still? Oh no, it's something different now. Just a good match. I really love Mankind. I love that he likes getting beat up, and he got beat up a lot during that match. And that was my summer vacation.
I like it. Yes, the fake taker.
Just a big old Mankind mark. Yeah, Fake Taker. Fucking.
Brian Lee.
There was. Alright, yeah, you tell
Brian
the story,
Lee
please.
started in ECW.
50,
He went from ECW to Smoky Mountain.
Okay.
And Smoky Mountain, they were doing a lot of talent trading with the WWE.
that's a good thing.
And then that's where the Fake Taker came in because he was the same build as Mark Callis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's the same stature. He's the same everything. But people don't realize that less than, 2 years prior to that, I believe it was prior, he was chokeslamming Tommy Dreamer off the roof of the ECW arena. They did a scaffold match, and he chokeslammed him. Yeah. I believe it was before that.
I miss Fake Diesel.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then he came back as a member of Disciples of Apocalypse.
Oh shit! With the fucking motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm stealing this.
Oh, okay, no, that's for you.
Oh, but
I'm
yeah,
stealing this thing that's mine.
that was mine. It was just sitting here.
Yeah, he put it in front of you for a reason.
I didn't
That's
pay
like
attention.
being main event of a show, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you stole the show." What do you mean steal? It's fucking mine.
Yeah. No,
that's
I'm again useless knowledge, full of wrestling, man.
I love it.
It was Bulldozer Brian Lee, and then he was Primetime Brian Lee. Shout out to Bulldozer Amy Lee.
Sure.
Because I'm broken.
Close. There's a female indie worker, Amy, Bulldozer Amy Lee.
Oh.
Never met her.
That's because there's like a million indie workers.
It all ties back into Journey.
And then
because
there's
Matt
only like
Tremont
13
uses
female
separate
indie workers,
ways.
though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it. I don't care.
You have to walk backwards through the curtain, though.
Do my own thing. I'm the mood killer. God damn it.
Well, I'm officially dead then.
All right, so my top 5, I think it's all stuff that's been mentioned. Has anybody mentioned the Inferno match?
No.
No.
Well, that's the only thing.
That was a fun little match.
Yeah. Ooh.
But we didn't even talk about the CM Punk one because that's stuff that you showed me.
Well,
the
it's on my
build
list, so
up.
we'll talk about it.
But he didn't talk
We'll
about
get
it.
there.
If you think you're going too fast,
Yeah, listen here, Greenhorn.
yes.
We'll get there. We'll get
We're not getting to your 450 just yet.
Yes.
We're building
Oh,
each other's
snap!
list.
We're on the 7th armbar. Calm
Yeah.
down. We're not even to
So,
the
yeah.
heat yet.
The Inferno match, first
Hey,
time
hold
ever.
on.
It's fucking badass. I listened to the Bruce Pritchard podcast about it recently, and he shits all over. But I fucking loved it because I was
idea.
because I was 8
Yeah.
years old. And it's fucking rad.
Fucking wrestling rings on fire.
Yeah,
It was a cool idea.
that's a
though.
good and it makes sense. Like as of like going with the story of who Kane and the Undertaker are. Like yeah, fuck yeah.
Was it the first one he did the dive over the fire?
Yes, because
Yeah.
that's how they ended up on the outside. Because Kane got burned from the outside.
Yeah, and then
From his arm, and then
Did
he
he
fucking
really get
flailed
burned?
on the wing.
Nah, it was-
I mean, it's probably a flame retardant
I
shit
haven't
or whatever.
seen this match
but his
now.
arm got fucking burned.
Oh.
Like you remember how he had one sleeve and one sleeve
Yeah.
off. His sleeved arm got fucking burned, and he started fucking
Oh.
flailing on the way to the back. And Paul Bearer chasing him. Oh, okay. I also had King of the Ring '98.
It's just.
It's
one of
iconic.
the top 5 matches.
It's like you always see it in like clips of like the history of WWE. Like it's
a
there.
fucking meme.
It's in the zeitgeist.
It is exactly. There you go.
It's fucking there. You can't.
Everybody knows that.
Punk, CM Punk from WrestleMania 29. I love a good build up to a fucking match. Let alone the match. The match was fucking great
the
too.
match by
Had me on the
itself
edge of my seat the entire time.
Yeah, it was.
in its own bubble. It's
Yes,
fucking
absolutely.
amazing. And then everything else.
Undertaker had such a fucking streak, not only of like winning, but like a streak of fucking great fucking WrestleMania matches that were like show stealers. From Shawn Michaels to Triple H and that one CM Punk were
It's a
all
good
just
4
fucking
years of, like,
absolutely.
Yeah. It was-
And then because they really built that streak. Once they realized, oh shit, the Undertaker hasn't lost. They really built that fucking streak up to mean something, and then
That's the thing. He showed me the build up, and I love
Yeah.
heels and heel stuff. But he was showing me the build up stuff, and I'm like, this
oh
makes
yeah,
me
the builds up,
uncomfortable. I
and
was
that's
like,
great.
Oh, God.
Right after Paul Bearer died, dumping the fucking urn out all over the Undertaker and fucking wiping it on his fucking face. I was like, oh my god, that's the heel heat I fucking live for. It's fantastic.
And nowadays you have Jericho doing it with people's blood. So
Apparently,
He used to do that. Jerry Lynn did that.
there you go. I mean, it's not new.
Steve Carino.
Steve Curry.
yeah.
He did that. And did
No, dude, 3 more. That's our
Dungeon
top
guy.
5.
He wrote die on his. He wrote die on his stomach too.
That's even cooler.
I also have the Triple H Hell in a Cell from WrestleMania 28.
Yep.
Like I said, it's a very good storytelling match. It's fucking you can tune in you can tune in after the opener of that match, really, without knowing any context
And still.
and get what's going on.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're not in their physical peak. They're not, they're not high spots back and forth, but it's
You
just
can
like
tell what's
telling
going on.
the facial expressions, the
And that's a story.
The raw,
of
letting
like,
it
the
breathe.
emotion.
Guys past
Yes.
their prime,
It's
like,
emotion,
still going
just-
at
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
That's another story.
Yeah, and it was a Hell in a Cell where they didn't need to do any crazy stunts off the top or anything like that. It was just two men duking it out with a special guest referee as a third party. Fucking has an emotional stake in this match. Fucking fantastic.
Kane versus Undertaker in Hell in a Cell 2010.
Yeah,
That was a really good one too.
Yeah.
Because it was 2
brothers.
brothers.
They're
who've
brothers.
Been doing this for 13 years at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just fits into that same category.
And then my number one, as I've stated before, is the Jeff Hardy ladder match from Raw in 2002.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Make yourself famous.
I know it's not the best match on my list, but it is like my favorite. It
It helps
is
make Jeff Hardy.
yeah.
For sure.
Oh, for sure. And it solidified
That's the moment if there is one.
it solidified me wanting to be a wrestler. Like that was the moment where it's like, this is what I want to do. And it was also the first match where I realized, hey, it's not the win or the loss. It's the moment. Like that's what's fucking important. And I remember like I was 12 years old at the time. I knew it was a work, but I was also pretty savvy on like, okay, they're not going to change the fucking title on Raw, and they're not going to do it with Jeff Hardy. Like, it's not going to happen. But during the match, like, they made me fucking believe. Like, when Jeff Hardy's reaching and he's touching that fucking title, like, oh shit, they're going to do it. He's going to fucking do it. And, like, he didn't, but I didn't care because, like, absolutely, the ebbs and flows were fucking perfect. He did it in his way. Like, they both worked their own styles, but made it work in the context of the match, and it was fucking fantastic. And
and shit like that. To make another baseball analogy, like lefty pitcher versus righty hitter, right? It makes it more difficult.
yeah,
So it's more entertaining to watch.
yeah,
You have a big guy versus a high flyer type of dude.
yep.
And it just like them working each other in a way that they still mesh.
Yes, and
It's
also
just cool to
the
watch.
element of the Undertaker not being accustomed to ladder matches, and like,
Totally out of his element
Yep.
after being a veteran.
and that's a way to put somebody over in and of itself. It's just like, I don't do fucking this shit, but I'll do a ladder match with Jeff Hardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Ric Flair did it with Edge. He's like, I don't really like to do shit like this, but I'll do it with Edge. You know what I mean? So that's. It's a huge sign of respect and really catapulted Jeff Hardy. He was already huge, like fucking way over huge, but that fucking
Put him in the spot where it's like, this is gonna be.
it made him like
You have it.
believable.
Yeah.
Like it made him relevant
Your
because
name.
like
This is your moment. Yeah,
Yep.
what you can do with it.
then 6 years later he ended up being the top guy,
Yep.
and fuck yeah.
That's how you do that.
And then there's TNA.
But
But no, see, I like
there-
that. Then no.
Anywho,
But I'm surprised nobody mentioned the Boiler Room Brawls, the Buried Alive.
there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said,
There's well over 20, like there's 26 years of content to really,
Right.
and that's just WWE, let
Right.
alone like Smoky Mountain and WCW. There's a fucking Undertaker versus Isaac Yankem match from fucking
Yep.
way back in the day that's on the network.
Mhm.
It's incredible. Yeah.
There's just so much to choose from for a top 5 list.
Right, for
But
something
then-
you can transcend.
You are right that it's surprising that we picked so many of the same.
Oh no, it's
matches.
great because I like that personally. I like knowing that everybody has the same favorite match but a different outlook on it.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
and
like-
you know what? His
Yeah.
fucking match with John Cena at WrestleMania was exactly what it needed to be, and I
At
loved
that
it.
time.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I think the exact
You
same
know.
thing. Plus, John Cena was drunk before working on match.
But then I also like taking my knowledge.
I don't know anybody like that. So, no, like,
I like spreading my knowledge too.
yeah, it's
You know, I like being able to do that because when I was younger, the 16, 15, I was tape trading like a son of a bitch. Like I was in the PWI back in the day because it's all the work, brother. Had in the back had like
I've been in PWI twice.
I know a lot of people-
Two different gimmicks in
I'm
PWI.
saying.
Don't worry.
But there was like a pen pal list
Okay.
or a haves once list.
Oh, that's cool.
Eddie Gilbert was in this when he was a kid. Paul,
That is-
Ed House.
what is that?
no,
Right?
Eddie Gilbert.
No.
They came to
Not
Philadelphia.
House.
You think
Yeah.
Ed Gillett?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, I am.
It's close enough. That's Yams' tag team partner in Section 8. Shout out to Ed House. But,
HOA.
I'm saying. But, like, you could be like, okay, Robbie Radke, have this, and this. Want this,
Right.
and this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could be like, oh, well, I have this and this. Maybe if I trade him this and this, I can get this from it.
It's like a dating app for marks.
It really was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an app. Like,
Yeah.
There is a wrestling.
This is back when you had to,
Like, literally,
write things
written
on
on spreadsheet.
paper,
Yeah, yeah.
and you used
VHS
to
tape.
seal it in other paper and put little stickers on it.
Yeah.
Shit.
But you could actually do that with video cassettes. Like
Stickers on it.
Like I always make the joke,
And they would
I'm-
just take it places.
right.
People
You
would
know,
come and take it.
I'm glad I got my copy of the Super J Cup from '94 but I really hope I didn't get rid of my Night of the Skywalkers. You know, laugh. Star Wars. It was the Road Warriors and the Midnight Express in the scaffold match.
That sounds fun.
That's when Jim Cornette blew out both his knees.
Yeah. I've heard about that one. I've seen that.
Good luck. No, it's in my private stash. But speaking of, no. But
That's when you got to get the
and I like
VHS capture for the PC.
and I like that everybody can do
Digitize
that.
it all.
Like, I can tell you about this match now. You might go watch it if you don't know, whatever. But at least you know that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Taker, tons of Taker matches out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
To choose from, even like
This
WCC.
six-pack ring.
Thanks, Danielle.
What?
The 6-pack ring.
It's a
Undertaker
six-pack
match.
match.
6-pack and a pole. Hey, I know a couple of those guys. But hey, live rounds. But you can actually like find. He was in WCCW with the Von Erichs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He was in. I think he did Global for a minute. The GWF. He was Booger Red. Like literally.
Booger?
That was his name back. Booger Red. Texas Red. Booger. Yeah.
Texas Red, Booger Red.
Yeah. Because he bright red hair and was a big motherfucker. And that's what it was. And then he went to WCW, and then they found him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Fed found him, and then he made his debut at SummerSlam with his original manager, the $1 Million Man, and Brother Love, and he went by Kane the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he wore black.
It was a house show, right?
Nope, Survivor
He
Series.
came out as Kane the Undertaker on
Survivor Series, yep.
Yes.
Okay.
He was wearing how he used to wear like the gray gloves and spats. He came out in black. So like
Purple.
the gray, he came out all black, and that's when he took out Coco Beware, Dusty Rhodes,
Coco Beware.
the whole gimmick. Coco came in, he's one of those, and that's what started the ball rolling. You know,
What a
that's
hell of a debut, though. Huh?
Yeah.
it really was because they didn't know who it was.
Same thing as The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Just come out.
Only it didn't work out that great for The Rock.
No.
I mean, in the long run, he's doing okay.
Nobody
He's doing
shouted-
pretty
I
okay.
don't think anybody's ever chanted
But, like-
"Die, Taker, Die."
Yeah.
No, because look at him.
He's already dead.
I mean, yeah, right. He's already dead. But The Rock, you look at The Rock and you look at a guy like Yams and you're like, he might be able to take him,
Yeah.
like out to dinner or something. But then you look at like Taker and you're like,
He's
nah,
fucking
man.
everybody up.
Nah, man. You know, but yeah, it transcends, man. Like I said, and he always evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Absolutely.
Look at everything he's done. He was dead.
Biker Taker is so fucking underrated.
Okay. It was a change.
If you hadn't known The Undertaker before and he had that gimmick, you wouldn't think anything of it.
No, because that's a
Fucking fantastic.
That's an American badass, dude. It was great.
That's like your uncle.
But I
That's a
think
badass you
it just
can't hang out
doesn't
with.
get. I just think it just doesn't get the credit it deserves.
No.
Like people shat on it, and like
'Cause it
he's
was
fucking great.
Pretty corny.
Because he was
Like,
different.
I don't think it was that corny
It's-
because it
I
seemed
mean,
more
it's fine.
authentic. Like I
the
believe
time, it
like
was
that's him.
definitely, like-
That's that guy. That's who he really
Yeah.
is.
Right.
And then he
See, that's-
dives in to be that guy, which I appreciate too.
There's always like that guy.
Oh, of course. Like I'm not saying it's
I like
better.
the
I'm just saying
characters and
like
the gimmicks.
For reference, they're pointing at the action figures.
there's a video.
Where's
Sorry,
the
I'm
video?
big.
Past your shoulder.
I'm big.
Corey's got ham hocks in the
Corey's
camera
shoulder.
view. So
I got
Yeah, I'm
30
just
between the third.
I just think it's underrated. I love fucking Biker
It was a
Taker.
cool idea. It really was, and he did so much with so many people with that gimmick.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's a hardcore champion. Worked with
Tommy
fucking Rob
Dreamer.
Van Dam and fucking whoever the fuck
Rob,
else.
he did stuff with Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah,
You know, like Tommy Dreamer drinking his
Dreamer
spit
has a
cup.
hell of a resume.
and I can totally get
Mm-hmm.
being like, hey, I don't want to do this over the top shit anymore. Let me just be more authentic.
Right, and
And it was during like that whole era where that was the thing.
We're transitioning into like a less gimmicky, like
more reality.
Exactly. The reality era.
Because it went
It's
from
called-
the Attitude Era
Yeah.
to reality
Everybody
to
got a
whatever.
first and a last name.
ruthless
Yeah,
aggression.
ruthless
Yeah.
aggression, and then now whatever this is.
Well, I
Just
guess
the
it was,
first
so it's
name.
ruthless aggression into reality era. Now
Alright.
it's the first name era. Yeah.
Yeah, now everybody just kind
You get
of
one name
lost
like
all their
Madonna.
names, you know. But
From now
It's
on,
just-
I
it's
just
such a
want to be
shame, it's
Radkey,
I guess
aren't
it's
you
fine.
always?
or I just want to be Robbie. That'll make it more specific.
But they already have that MCW. They have Robbie and Bobby.
Do
Or
they?
Bobby and Robbie. Yeah, they're,
You should just be Ro.
they're the tag team
Ro.
champions.
Ro Rad.
fucking just
Rowboat, I'm a sailor.
If you do not have Row Red T-shirts, I am not going.
I have so many fucking T-shirts on my website.
Son,
Nobody
go
fucking
buy
buys
them.
them.
Son,
Go
you got
buy
socks.
them.
I do got socks.
Socks
It
are.
sucks.
I mean, I'm not.
Socks. I got paid. I should buy.
Hey, guys, buy
Ooh,
stuff.
And a beach towel.
What's
I
the,
saw that.
Emergency flood warning, guys.
I'm gonna have to.
Is it like sunny
But
out?
it's sunny out.
Dry up all the rain, you lying bastards.
Rob, what's your put over your fucking?
It's teespring.com/stores/Robbie Radke merch.
Yeah, this is why you don't sell anything.
Hyphens in between Robbie Radke merch.
You're asking a lot.
Yo, so you should write it down on a piece of paper.
And just tape it
since we
somewhere
have
here.
this magical
Yeah.
gift of
Just
imagery.
Yeah,
Google
you can probably put it
Teespring
on the
Robbie
third
Radke.
I like it. Put it somewhere.
Robbie,
Always-
what?
Robbie hyphen Radke hyphen merch.
Row Red merch.
Talk to
So you were gonna
Teespring
wrap
about
up
it.
and then we can like each plug everything
Fucking
that we're
Teespring.
doing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. You guys got anything you want to plug?
I mean, always.
404 not found.
Let me see.
All right, go. Yams, what do you have coming up on the book?
I'm
so
distracted.
sorry.
I'm distracted.
I'm very distracted.
Focus.
as well.
It's because you fucking spelled Teespring wrong.
How you spell T?
So
Spring.
No,
next
T.
week
Just
we got
okay.
June
Yeah.
16th, American X Wrestling
Hamburg,
in Hamburg,
yep.
PA, at the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse.
I'm probably gonna be there.
AXW Summer Vacation. Al Snow is going to be there.
I might
I
be
will
there.
be in attendance.
More important, I might be there. You
Corey
know,
Cross.
I might be. We'll see if I feel like showing up.
Yes, yes.
The cheapest
We'll
I
see
can
if I feel
make
like
them.
doing it. I'm too pretty to mess with you guys.
Then we got June 23rd, the weekend after. That's Rampage Pro
What's that?
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Or
Well, it
DCW. Come out,
recycles.
see your boy, Robbie Radke.
Yeah.
I want to see him put a whooping on Eric
Don't worry
Martin.
about
I'll
it,
just
dude.
say that.
Next
I
week,
I would
gotta
enjoy
get a shirt
seeing that.
anyway. I'll
Also,
get you some socks.
was it the 23rd? If you're in the Pennsylvania area, the Harrisburg area, Classic Championship Wrestling is doing a fan appreciation show.
Oh.
So I believe that is a free show. I'm not too sure. You can check on their Facebook, Classic
It's on the book,
Championship
man.
Wrestling.
Just kidding.
I could. I mean, or you can just say it now. Hey, Rob Noxious, that's Rob Radke. Please book him.
This isn't
Book
coming
that
out.
double R.
But
after that.
that's what I got. I got the AXW. I got, just kind of taking it easy.
Yeah, and then you guys can always follow me on Facebook, Yams the Working Man.
Nobody wants to follow you on Facebook.
Instagram at Working Yams and
Yams
Twitter
ain't
at
shit.
Working Yams.
Yams.
Put them on there. Do the
Yeah, we'll do lower thirds. Yeah.
do the thing at
Well,
Working Yams.
Put all your handles.
Whoa.
He has a lot
I,
of love
I
handles.
trust you with
I'll
my
let
handle.
you all label those as
I don't know if you can
I'm
handle
good.
me.
I'm good.
Ooh. There you go.
I mean,
And that's
I'm
about
good.
it.
Yeah, I'm good. I just got my Facebook.
All right. Well,
all I
I've got DCW June 23rd, as you guys mentioned. DCW Championship
Classic.
match.
Classic.
Wrestling Classic Eric Martin. If you've ever wanted to see me.
Sorry, he is also known as Old School Eric Shibata.
He did have that. He has that Amish gimmick, or the Mormon gimmick, right?
Yeah, I forget that gimmick.
Yeah,
he
he
did
has a
do
Mormon
a
gimmick.
gimmick.
Wow.
That was the short hair, though. He grew his hair, so he doesn't look
There was
like
an Amish guy
Eric
in
Shibata
LCW
anymore.
once.
Wow.
That sounds about right. Lancaster, it sounds
Yeah.
about
Oh,
right.
yeah. They love that up there.
So I'll be wrestling Eric Martin for the DCW Championship.
June
check that
30th,
out.
you'll be at Phoenix Pro tagging with Killian McMurphy.
Oh, that's
And
right, the
Hope from
movement.
Chalice, is that what
I
it's
was just
called?
going to say about DCW, if you ever want to see Robbie Radke use Kiss as entrance music, this is the show to do it.
We're
What?
gonna buckle down on the copyright.
And apparently he asked me to do Kiss makeup somehow, so if you're interested
Oh,
in
fam, I
that.
got you.
Oh, her. She's doing the
Oh,
makeup.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
As
like
long as
she
it doesn't
said,
look like
June
that guy on the
30th,
wall.
I'll be teaming with Killian McMurphy. We're not the Millennials. We are the Movement. We'll be entering the Chase for the Chalice tournament.
Oh, so wrong.
And then July 22nd, I will be at Outbreak in Temple, PA, wrestling
I'm gonna be
Damian
there.
Smith.
Hey, I'll be there too.
Yeah.
Be there?
Oh, I'll see you guys there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I didn't consult with my manager before this, so like Ryan Vox hasn't handed me the dates yet.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, my little brother really doesn't talk to a lot of people.
I'll be wrestling Damian Smith for the Outbreak Championship.
Oh snap!
I saw a promo that Damian cut today. He hasn't released it yet, but he did talk some mad shit on Taylor Swift. So I'm coming for that neck.
Look, you can't fuck around with Tay Tay.
He
They
may
called
win,
her Vanilla. Like, what the fuck?
But he
dude?
may win for best abs and
mean, he
Outbreak,
ain't
but
wrong,
Yams will
though.
win for most abs.
Yo, yes.
Yes.
I've got the most abs.
Yes.
It's a battle for the ages. It's the
the
guy.
Force meets the
Better
Better than that. Better than that.
Better than that.
It's the guy who makes your girlfriend mark out versus the guy who hails from the backseat of your girlfriend's Jetta. And it's a battle of two guys who beat the piss out of Drew Bronson at the last Outbreak show.
It's a correction. He changed it. Now it's
Your boyfriend
the
or
guy who makes your
girlfriend.
boyfriend or girlfriend mark out.
Well, I'm not
Versus
from the
that Jetta
backseat of your
backseater.
boyfriend's Jetta, so
You could be. $20 is $20. This is indie wrestling.
Got their own Uber.
But he told me earlier that if he
customs
booked that the match would end with them joining forces and being like Team
Steal Your Girl.
Yeah,
that's it.
I like it.
Mr. Steal Your Fam.
I like it.
I already
All
told
right.
him I pre-ordered a Damian Smith shirt. I'm gonna wear it to that
No,
show.
you are
I'm
not.
sorry. So you're looking
Ladies
for a
and
new
gentlemen,
girlfriend on that
listeners of the Robbie RadKast, I'd like to announce that I am finally single. I know you've been waiting.
All one of you that doesn't speak English.
All right, I guess stay rad, everybody. That was fun.
So rap.